That was dumb. Oop. Boop boop be doop. Alright. What's happening here? Boom. Check, check, check. Here we go. Welcome in, y'all. Digital Jedi here. Your resident Mandalorian. We have some technical difficulties and missing people. Supposed to have a lot more people here. A couple more people here to play DnD for our first experience. But you know, it just ain't working out like that. So we'll rock out with their sabers out. I don't know. Anyway, I figure in the meantime, while we wait for them to show up, we have our good brother Dominic, aka JS Tonio, in the building. Mic check, sir. Ooh, no, we ain't got no mic. Hold on. Let me figure you out. That's crazy. One more time.
What's really hood?
There it is. All right, cool.
Okay.
So we in here, you know what I'm saying? We, damn, Minnesota 36-19 in the second. Cool. I figure while we wait for D&D to get started, we can talk a little bit about our experiences in Japan. I'll go first because I was there for the first leg of the trip, and I went to Star Wars Celebration. So if anybody was out there, Star Wars Celebration, what's up to you? Because that shit was amazing. You know, 3 days of nerddom and interviews and stuff. I wasn't there for all of it because I'm not gonna lie, I was tired. It was exhausting, but it was definitely a once in a lifetime experience, and I'm glad I got to experience it. The first day, I didn't cosplay until like Sunday, but the first day I kind of just grabbed my camera, took a taxi down, which was like $3 million. If you're in Japan, please learn to take the subway. You do not want to take an Uber or a taxi. It's going to cost you.
This is the way.
Hey, yo. This is the way. Welcome in, Breach. Thank you for 32 months. Also, shout out to JS Tonio for 40 months in a row. Welcome to the guild, both of you. Breach, why isn't your ass in here, sir? You said you'd be here. No, just playing. Take your time. Get here when you can. So I took a taxi in, which was about $90 to go about 20 miles. It was insane. But I got there early enough because I was taking a photo with Rosario Dawson and Ashley Eckstein, the voice and the live action actors of Ahsoka Tano. That was dope, and I want to make sure I got my badge and pick up this gentleman's badge. This gentleman's badge, because unfortunately, while he was supposed to be there at the con, he could not make it. So I make sure to pick up his loot for him and his badge to be able to frame for later. While there, I did pick up some merch, plenty of merch. I guess I could show off a few things. Some of these might be too shiny for camera. A couple of tote bags. You can't really see them though. All right, I'll leave the tote bags out. A couple of t-shirts. I'm actually wearing one of the t-shirts. I got this at Celebration though, so it's pretty cool. I thought it was like spray painted on, but it's definitely printed on. Came away with this awesome tote bag with a Sakura Vader on it. You know what I'm saying? This might be what you were talking about, Toxic. Is this the
Hold on, man.
Yeah, pull up stream so you can see it. Yeah, this might be what you're talking about with the purple leaves or whatever. But this is definitely.
I mean, I see your bag.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Well, in any case, yeah.
Nah.
You were saying there was like Vader with a oh, here's actually the t-shirt that came with it. Yeah. So let's open that up. I thought about wearing this today, but well, it didn't come with it. We did buy this. We paid extra when purchasing the tickets to the event.
Yeah, my t-shirt
for this one. Yeah. This is my first time taking it out. Yeah. So pretty cool. Star Wars Celebration, Japan, 2025. You had to be there.
Shit
Lit. I got plenty of pins and stuff. One of my favorite things that I bought, being a composer myself, was a limited edition vinyl for A New Hope It is in blue and red print vinyl, and then the same thing for Empire Strikes Back. I am in search right now of a Return of the Jedi vinyl as well now, but still pretty cool. It came with a couple of slips or whatever for the bottle, like covers for the bottom.
Wait, I'm gonna leave for
cloth.
a second and rejoin.
Okay.
Give me a second.
Yep. So that was pretty cool. I got a couple of mugs and stuff, some other stuff too. Yeah, all in all, a good con. I cosplayed. I think I made a few friends. May have convinced a couple of them to come to Dragon Con. We'll see what happens. Sunday was the only day I cosplayed, and I don't know, getting to see Rosario Dawson, Ashley Eckstein, John Favreau, did I say Rosario already? Rosario Dawson, Dave Filoni, you know, Hayden Christensen on stage. That was lit. I didn't make it into any panels because it's damn near impossible to. I don't know how people do it, but they have the main stage, and that's just in the middle of the exhibition. So everyone is free to go to that. That was pretty cool. What else? Yeah, got lots of pictures and stuff. I'll post it soon. I didn't post a whole lot, except to my stories. If you're following me on Instagram, then you can see a highlight of everything that should be Star Wars Celebration, and then I'll do a separate one for the trip continuing after Celebration in Japan. Then this guy, hey, there he is. You made it in. Oh, just kidding.
We're figuring it out.
Okay, video disappeared just as quick as it came. All right. Then D got here on. Ooh, and is down. He's holding his ankle. That's not good. That is not good. D got there on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Tuesday. All right, yeah. So, you know, we got right to exploring as soon as bro got there. You know, it was kind of wild.
Yeah, we hopped. So I come in Tuesday. We immediately went to this curry joint. Curry spot right around the corner from the Airbnb, and it was freaking delicious. I mean, like the best curry I've ever had in my life. Just amazing.
Yep.
I don't even know how to continue to describe it. It was so good, and it
Succulent.
was legit, a 5
Flavorful.
from the Airbnb, if that.
Amazing.
Just absolutely wonderful. So yeah, hopped in Tuesday. We hopped on the train. I don't even know where we went, but we just explored.
I think
so
we
found this
started
mall.
Akihabara was the first place. Oh no, it was June.
Akihabara was Wednesday.
Yeah, you're right. It was it started with a J, because the dude was like, "Hey,
Well,
go." He was like, "Go here because Akihabara is more expensive."
So we go.
Yep.
We go. We're off at this mall. Blah blah blah. Whatever. We walk around, and as we cross the street, and we turn our backs and we look, and just said, "Is that an arcade?" So we go back across. We go into this arcade, and it's one of them claw machine arcades, right? It's like a bunch of claw machines on the first 2 levels.
Yep.
I go to I thought it was like a pickup and like thing claw machine, but it was one with arms. You have to get it close enough to the arms to fall in. Man, so I failed on that first one. I said, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm done. Once it like grabbed the bear the first time,
Yeah.
it just slipped off of it.
Didn't even grip it. It just
yeah.
slid off. I was
just
like, oh,
slipped right
boo.
off. I said, yeah, I'm not doing this anymore. So that was the end of that. We go
Yep.
upstairs, and my man goes to the claw machine. He says, oh shit, that's Bay's favorite character. I gotta win it. He didn't win it.
I didn't win it. I tried really hard. I tried so hard and got so far, but in the end, it didn't even matter. Yeah.
Oh no. Anyway, so we keep going up. We keep exploring more game rooms. Or they had like music games I'd never even seen in my life before.
Yeah.
It was absolutely beautiful. As we're walking back down the stairs, so we elevator up, stairs down each room. As we're walking downstairs, we keep seeing these posters for like this zombie type game. Like,
Now, mind you, we caught the elevator.
game?
We caught the elevator to the top floor and worked our way down level by level. Yeah. Walk down the steps.
We
But go
ain't
ahead.
seen no zombie game yet.
Yeah,
and
we're like, where
keep
is this
going
game?
Down, and we seen it. So he sees something. It's like basement. Oh shit! VR in the basement.
Wait.
Man, we go down to the basement.
What? Yeah.
They have They go
I
down
just
to the
fixed
basement.
everything. I am good.
Okay, bet.
Okay. Cool.
We go down to the basement, Turns out it's a whole VR like lab room floor of stuff down in the basement. It was absolutely amazing. We find this, it's like 3 to 4 player VR game. They give us 2 handguns. He puts us in this room. It's got 3 walls up in the room. Well, it's got 4 walls, but it's got a door with the curtain up. We walk in under the curtain, and the sign says zombies come from all sides. And I said, hey, Jed, we got to be careful. Zombies is coming from 3 different sides. Then he drops the door curtain, and the screen projects onto the back wall, too. I said, oh, okay. All 4 sides.
All 4 sides. There's only 2 of us.
Was amazing. Amazing.
I was like, ain't no way, bro.
Best VR experience I have ever had in my life, period. No exceptions. Absolutely amazing.
It was pretty dope.
We played that thing and we won. Now,
yeah, there's like 15 minutes, a 15-minute timer on it that you have to be able to get through everything and get out with the doctor or something like that. Save the doctor.
We only had 11 seconds left by the time we finished, but that doesn't matter. We finished.
Hey, a win is a win by inch or a mile.
And we saved the motherfucking doctor. And it was spiders, too, at the end.
Bro, I was like, why the fuck did it have to be spiders for the last boss, bro? Giant fucking spiders running down the hallway. I got video. If I can figure out how to post it. It's 15 minutes long. I don't know if I'm going to post the whole thing, but...
Like, spiders and snakes. Why? I don't fuck with spiders and snakes.
Insane.
Anyway, so we beat that. And it was amazing. It was just such a great first day into Japan. Everything is so fucking cheap, bro. Everything is cheap. That VR game was 1,200 yen, which is like $10.
Maybe less, honestly. It might be more like 8 or 9.
Yeah, because 1,000 yen is like $7.
Yeah.
So, yeah, everything was so cheap, man. Everything was so cheap. Everything that should be cheap was cheap. Housing, food, the train, like public transportation, cheap. What's expensive is touristy shit and buying stuff, like things that should be expensive. They haven't figured out. Like, it's cheap to get around. It's cheap to see stuff. It's cheap to eat. It's cheap to live. It's expensive to be a tourist, and that makes sense.
Of course it does. Although, if you give them credit, I don't know how much longer it's going to last. There's a lot of places you go and it's duty-free, tax-free. So you can get a lot of stuff out of there without paying taxes. You just show your passport.
True.
And they take your information down, how long you're going to be there, and you don't pay taxes. And it's amazing. And that was just the first fucking night, which is insane.
Yeah.
Because, like, over the next few days, we spent a lot of time getting lost on trains and, you know, just ending up being like, let's see what's over here. Like, I think I want to go here.
Time for the lucky umbrella story.
Oh, the lucky umbrella. Okay. Go for it.
Okay.
Oh, this is gonna be terrible.
So let's set the scene. Day two. We walk out of the Airbnb and it's got a little drizzle going.
Just a little bit.
Damn, I didn't pack an umbrella or a jacket. You know, I'll buy an umbrella somewhere. We stop in a little pharmacy and here they have it. Little umbrella, 1,000 yen. Easy day. Buy this little umbrella. We're walking around and it saves me from a lot of rain while we're in Akihabara. Great. Next day, I say, you know what? I should just carry this umbrella just in case. I'm just gonna have it on
just in case,
at all times. And so we're walking around, and we go and we see the Gundam. And lo and behold, look at this Gundam. It's very anticlimactic when we saw the show.
I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I was very disappointed. Yeah.
The horn opened up, some lights came on, played some music, and then it closed back up. It lasted less than 30 seconds. It was very, very disappointing. So we go into this mall, to the Gundam Stop Mall, and we do some shopping. We find a Hello Kitty store where while we find this Hello Kitty store, Jed says, fuck this store. There's no way I'm buying anything from this store. Nobody in my life
ladies and gentlemen,
Hello Kitty at all.
Just in case you didn't know, Jay Antonio is a habitual liar, and he will tell you things that aren't true. And I want you to know this. There's a reason I'm telling you this because.
I said, no, Jed, that's not true. Hello Kitty is so important. You have to go in here and buy stuff.
That's what happened.
Man, fuck that store. And then I grab as he's walking away. I reach out and I grab him by his backpack and I say, "No, Jed."
Oh God. Oh, he sunned me. Oh shit.
Me,
he sunned me in Japan.
Look at me. We've got to do this. There's no way we can just ignore the Hello Kitty store.
Right, because our ladies love Hello Kitty. Yeah, it's absolutely not what happened. Just
Yeah,
should I mute
so,
him? I
you
think
know,
I should just mute him.
it's just a good
Maybe
thing.
let's just
It's
mute
just a
him.
good thing that
I can
was
tell you what
there
really
to
happened.
keep
Are
more
you listening
track.
to this, Toxic?
So we do. We
He's
do our
he's
shopping.
frozen,
They
isn't he?
have, like,
There it
a-
is. He's gone. All right, cool.
We do our thing. We do our shopping, and they have like a little bench out there that you can sit and take pictures in front of the Hello Kitty thing.
Yeah.
And I put my umbrella down, and we take some pictures. I don't pick the umbrella back up. We
Mhm.
continue shopping. I had seen a sign for this like Sega World thing across the street.
Yeah.
Go across the street.
It looked
It's
pretty amazing.
6:46, 6:47. They
Yeah.
said, oh yeah, we close at 7, and we only take the last entrance at 6:45.
Yeah.
Okay, so fuck you.
Yeah.
Then they had a Lego thing that was also closed. Okay,
Yep.
so fuck me again. And as we keep getting the close activity after close activity, we're like, you know what? Let's just foods and roll on out of here.
Let's get out of here. You
So
know.
we decide to leave to go find some food. As we're about to leave, I say, shit, I don't got my umbrella. Like,
Right.
look what I don't have.
Literally, like, what's not in my hand right now? And I'm like, what are you talking
Yeah.
about?
Yeah.
It's like, oh shit,
Yep.
you ain't got your umbrella.
Yep.
We
So
decide.
as we're looking,
back.
I decide to let it go at first. I'm like, you know what? It was a $7 umbrella. No big deal. But then as we're looking at train stations, the closest train station is like 3 minutes away. But the next closest train station was the one we came in on, where we have to go back through the mall. I said,
Yep.
you know what? Let's just go to the one we came in on. Go to the mall. I'll pick up my umbrella. So I go. We get the umbrella. By the way, Japan's lost and found system in that mall was absolutely immaculate.
Amazing.
They had the umbrella. They had a form for the umbrella. I fill it out saying, "Yeah, this is my shit."
We couldn't
Like,
have
it
been
was
gone
shit
more than
anyway.
20
Beautiful.
minutes. Like, honestly, I don't know how far we
It was-
walked.
it
It
was
was not
beautiful.
very long. By the time we came back, he asked her, "Hey, has anyone seen an umbrella?" She called security, and she's like, "Okay, they're bringing it down. Can you fill out this form?" What? It's that easy?
It
Like
was
you?
amazing. It was amazing. It was amazing. But we get the umbrella, and then we look at the time, and we're like, "Oh wow, it's like 6:56. They got another Gundam show at 7. I wonder if it looks better in the dark."
In the dark. Yep.
So we go out, and oh my goodness, it was like a 7-minute show.
It was
of, like,
amazing.
a projected. They had projection on the screen of like Gundam intros. The thing kept opening and closing. It was beautiful. It was
I honestly thought he was about to turn on and like step on us. Like, it was crazy. Very, very realistic.
And this was all because I left my umbrella. So we had to go back and find it. And then we saw another show. And that's not all. That's not the only reason that this umbrella is the lucky umbrella.
Mm-hmm.
My flight back from Japan had a layover in New York. I get on the plane to get from New York back home. I'm sitting on the plane. I fall asleep before they get done with the safety brief. I wake up. We're still on the tarmac. Like, what is juice? Like, why are we still here? They eventually tell us we're going to deplane. We're not going to get back on. They're going to get us a new plane. I get off. What do I forget sitting right next to me? My lucky
Fucking umbrella.
and they're not going to let me back on the plane.
It
And I said-
served. It served its
I
purpose.
said,
Served its
well.
purpose.
Oh,
Or so you
right,
thought.
That's what I said. I said it served its purpose. It did its job. So,
Yep.
you know what? We had a good run. Again, this is a $7 umbrella.
Yep.
Having it for more than one day is already, making more money off of it than I ever thought I would.
Yep.
So I'm sitting there at the gate. And they say, "Hey, we're not gonna get a new plane in." And I said, "Oh, well, I'm fucked. Yeah, we're just gonna put y'all back on this one. We'll take off." I said, "I'm gonna sit right next to my lucky umbrella.
They'll
And there
find-
we are. Back on the plane. I get back on the plane, and my lucky umbrella is sitting right there. It looked at me. It looked at me and said, "Hey, yo." I said, "Hey, what's good?" I said, "You thought I was gonna just exist without you? You thought there was a me without you?" I said, "My bad, Stack. I'm so sorry. Come on, we got it. We got it."
Now they stacking
So,
smoke.
yeah. Me and Lucky, we just rolling through, man. We just rolling.
Kind of
through.
crazy.
You
Yeah.
Whatever
go
it
way
may-
back. You can say you go way back.
But yeah, the
do,
second
we do.
showing of the Gundam was amazing though. Like, that was an experience for real. Cause like I said, the first time it was daylight and it was just like less than a minute. And we were like, that's it. The unicorn horn opened up, the legs like moved a little bit, the arms did something, and some smoke came out. I was like, oh, well, that was unimpressive.
Oh, and his mask came up. 'cause
Oh
it
yeah, his
was,
mask does. Yeah. His mask does
face-
flip up.
oh,
Yeah.
Face mask comes up. Yeah.
And I'm just like, oh, that was unimpressive. So when we came out, that second time, I was like, okay, that shit was amazing. The lights, it was like the lights on the Gundam itself. Then there were spotlights on it, plus the projection screen of the video behind it, and the music. That shit was dope.
I can't words how great it was.
Yeah.
I can't. It was amazing, amazing, amazing.
It really was. And then I said we weren't gonna talk about it, but I feel like we should talk about it. We got finessed, in Akihabara, I believe it was, when we were shopping for, just in general, just walking around trying to find stuff.
Yeah, just like souvenirs.
This lady hands D a postcard and was like, "Oh, what did she say to you? Like, would you like to see my store?"
She handed me the postcard, and I was like, "Oh, thanks, that's dope, whatever."
Yeah.
She's like, "Yeah, you can come in and see the store." I was like, "No, this postcard was not accepted as an exchange or a promise to go in and see your store."
But guess what?
But like, I guess we're gonna go in and see this store.
Mm-hmm.
So we walk in, we see the store. I bought a fan.
Mm-hmm.
Because, I don't know if you're familiar. I don't know if any of the listeners or you Toxic are familiar with the song "Boots on the Ground."
Mm-hmm.
But they have a line that says, "Where them fans at? You gotta pop the fan for
You gotta open fan.
So
Yeah.
I needed to pay a fan. So yeah.
Yeah.
Because if she gonna do anything, she gonna line dance.
Same.
No,
Bae's the
wait.
same.
I have a question.
Yep.
I have a question
We can't
for which I
promise
didn't
an
get an
answer,
answer.
but you can ask.
I asked Jet to go to a place. I told you you had a mission to go to a specific place, and you said you would only go with me. It was a certain place with alcoholic beverages. You know what I'm talking about. I see it in your face.
We didn't make it there.
It didn't happen.
It didn't happen.
God damn
It was such a
God
short
damn
time.
it.
Like you got to understand though, like it was such a short time and so much walking, trying to fit stuff, cram stuff into a day. You really would have to plan out stuff. And honestly, we were just winging
Bro,
it.
I think I hatched like 7 Pokemon eggs every day.
Yeah.
Shit was crazy.
It was
we
nuts.
walking.
It was nuts.
It was walking.
That is
a
actually
lot.
wow.
Cause like when we walk out, the train station is about 5 minutes away, 7 minutes away, something like that. Then you got to walk down the steps, cause there was no elevator for this particular station for some reason, unless it was on the other side. But then we had to figure out what train to get onto, and there's 2-3 trains to get to every destination. It was like, and then sometimes Google would be like, hey, stay on board, okay? You're going to stay on board because this train is going to continue to this way. And then sometimes instead of staying on board and continuing that way, you stay on board and go back the way you came. So it was a lot.
We were supposed to, so to clarify, we were supposed to stay on that line.
Yeah.
And we were supposed to continue down that line.
Yep.
But that particular train on that line doubles back. We needed to hop to a different train.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it got confusing, but we kind of had the attitude of just like, well, you know what, fuck it, we'll just go with it. Like, we knew we were going to like Shibuya, and I think on the way to Akihabara we passed like Shibuya and Shinjuku. We're like, okay, so we know how to get there. When it's time to come there, when it's time to go there, we know how to get there. So we just ended up kind of just winging it, man. It was just like, all right, well, we're out here. Akihabara was dope. I can't remember the name of the first place. I'll have to look it up and figure it out. But
yeah, I don't remember the first place we went at all. Yeah,
we went to. I had intentions of going to a place called Yoyogi Park, trying to catch some of the cherry blossoms. Apparently they had fallen maybe 10 minutes before we got there. I don't know because they were still sitting in the water. It was kind of strange. But so I was like, all right, well, we didn't get what we wanted here, and I think that's when we ended up in Akihabara, maybe. But yeah, it rained a lot that day. We found what we thought was an arcade. It said arcade. It said games, When we got inside, there were no games. There was only hentai. Floors and floors of hentai. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm sure hentai, hey, you love it. But, like, that's not what I expected. I'm like, what? These don't look like games. And if they are, I don't think these are games I want to play right now.
Jed is being very open and saying, "Hey, hentai, if you love it, you love it." I didn't come to Japan for fucking hentai. All right, I was very disappointed in the entire experience. They need to label that shit.
It was kind of wild. I'm not gonna lie. Like, go upstairs. I was like, okay, maybe if we go up. That's where the games. Nah. It was just more. It was just more hentai.
They had a mouse pad with an armrest, where the armrest was boobies.
Yeah,
that was cool. That was cool.
Yeah.
Is that a Canadian in the call? Is that a Canadian?
Oh, It looks
Yeah,
like it. Yeah,
there's a there's a
he's muted, but
there's a
yeah.
Canadian here, but there's no point talking to him because, as we know, Canada can't be bought. So
Oh, okay. Well, we'll
Oh,
see.
I cannot.
We'll see.
Wait,
No.
pause. Did I
we'll
show you
see.
guys?
We'll see.
Did I show you guys the Star Wars backpack that I got?
No.
Stream
All right.
goes
Well,
like
while he does that.
If it can't be helped to carry me in Fortnite, then is it really a good backpack?
Oh shit, that's crazy.
It's an amazing backpack because it's a rebel backpack.
Oh, he stepped on his leg. Is that what happened? Oh, hello,
Look at
Breach.
this thing.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yeah, there you are.
Oh, okay, cool.
This
Oh.
thing.
Oh, that's dope. It looked like something from Rebels or something.
Yeah, it's a rebel. It's a rebel piece of backpack.
Nice. What'd you say, Breach?
Just
I can't. Funny, I can't hear the stream through my headphones. I can only hear it through the
That's
speaker,
okay.
so I'm
You know, you just need to hear us through
as long as I can hear
Discord.
it through the whatever. Yeah, I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
Be listening.
So, are you gonna add yourself to camera?
Yeah,
Can you do that, or we're just gonna do voice for you?
I have to.
In the chat of this
Yeah, I'll do it.
call, you can click on the top link
Yeah, I saw
with
the.
the password one.
I saw the link.
Yeah.
Just to find out what.
Oh,
Where is-
indeed. By the way, as far as the small lightsaber goes, I gave it to Bay, so she has it. I still have my other one, but she has it. I straight up asked her. I was like, "Hey, if you could have this or that." I'm having audio issues. Oh, I'm just not seeing that, Breach. Sorry. I was like, "Would you rather have the souvenir? Would you rather have the money from the souvenir?" She's like, "The souvenir." I was like, "All right, cool." And then she was like, "Do you have like a small lightsaber?" I was like, "You know what? I do." So that's what she took to Ren Fair for Star Wars Day. It's pretty cool.
Those outfits were really fucking clean.
Yeah. That was a busy weekend too, because we went to like a fantasy ball or something like that. They got rained out. We got a rain check for the end of the month for that. Yo, Draymond, please, somebody please kick. You know what? I'm not gonna say out loud what I want to say.
Are you requesting a flagrant on Draymond?
Yes,
Requesting
a
someone
hard
to
foul.
execute
Someone
orders
please hard
to
foul
six
Draymond Green.
on Draymond.
Because the way he be flailing his arms and acting like it was a basketball play. Oh no, I elbowed you. That was a basketball play.
I'm telling
I
you,
kicked
man,
you in the
all I'm here
nuts. That
for-
was a basket. You know what? That's not this. That's not this.
All I'm
This
here
stream.
for
All right.
Is the Goldberg, the Draymond Green cage fight that there's gonna be at Game 7. I just know it's gonna.
Game 7. You have
Hey.
lofty goals, son.
Hey, just remember, Draymond Green is going to the Hall of Fame as a first ballot.
I know. I hate it so much.
Ant-Man still hasn't earned his way in.
I hate it so much.
Draymond,
Anyway.
Draymond Green is a four-time champion.
I
first
don't
ballot
care.
Hall
That's
of
not what
Famer.
this stream is about. We're talking about Star Wars. So anyway, Japan. Yeah. It was
Yeah,
fun.
so what I saw
Yeah.
a sign in Japan about math, and it was really cool. So it said if you add up John Stockton, Charles Barkley, and Karl Malone's championships, it still would not equal Dre.
I'm just he doesn't know that I muted him, so I don't know if he can hear me, but I explicitly said that this ain't that stream.
And he said,
and
they
somehow-
cited him because he was speaking the truth.
No, but so yeah, so what? We tried to go to a park. The park didn't have the stuff. Then I think that's how we ended up in Akihabara. But to get to Akihabara, we passed Shibuya and Shinjuku. Then I don't remember. I know we went to Shibuya last, right? But Shinjuku,
So
did we end up
no,
in
no,
Shinjuku?
we never actually stopped in Shinjuku. So
You're right,
the
you're
first-
right.
the First day we tried to go to that.
This is a very
We tried to go
important
see the
question.
leaves.
Did
That didn't
you or
happen.
did
That's
you
when we
not
did the arcade.
Goyo Satoru on the fucking metro station at Shibuya.
Then day 2 is when we did Akihabara. We didn't
Yep.
do anything after that. Day 3 is where we did the Gundam.
Yes.
Friday is when we went to Meiji Shrine and then followed
And
that
then
up with going
Shibuya.
to Shibuya.
Yes, that's
yeah,
right.
We went to Shibuya
And the Meiji Shrine was
Station.
kind of dope too. It was tucked off, like in the
Meiji-
middle of the
Meiji was
city.
beautiful.
It was really dope.
And they had they had parts where you can't record and take pictures, and
Mhm.
I'm not even gonna go into that. It was just a very, very beautiful experience, and I'm glad I got to experience it. It was wonderful.
It was
wonderful.
dope. It was super dope. There was even, I think there was a couple. I don't know if they were getting engaged or like having photos taken for their wedding or something.
Yeah, yeah.
But they were both, they
some
were in
type of
kimonos and
wedding.
stuff.
Little
It was
wedding.
kind, yeah, it was kind of dope.
It was
Yeah,
Oh, that's cute. That's cute.
yeah.
That's
So
actually cute.
and then yeah, like you said, we ended up going to Shibuya and having dinner at this amazing place. I don't know what the name of the place was. I don't even remember what the hell I ate. It was like shrimp. What was it? A shrimp curry or something? I don't know what it was. It was amazing. Shrimp, rice,
It
and
was like
egg.
eggs and shit though.
Yeah, it was just dope. 10 out of 10. No notes.
Yeah.
And then we just explored
was nice.
Shibuya until our heart's content. And I'm not gonna lie, it was a little tough because it's like I was trying to get souvenirs for the last little bit of souvenirs that I need to get for everybody. And
Yo, but that live band. Let's talk about that.
yeah.
Live
Oh,
band.
Tower Records. Yeah, Tower Records had like
Bro,
eight. What was it? 8 floors.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the top floor was all classical music, and it
Yeah,
was beautiful.
it was beautiful.
And the other music floor, every floor let you listen to the music before you bought it, like an
I was
old school
talking
record
about that.
store.
Yo, people don't.
Oh
That's
my God.
wonderful.
To be able to walk into a record store
Oh.
back in the day and put on headphones, click on a number of an album, and then like skip songs and go through
Yeah.
the songs, whatever. You could listen to a whole album back in the day without having to buy
Yeah.
it, without streaming and all this stuff.
Or
And I feel
then
like
you
such
get
an
to
old
sit-
man
you
saying
get-
that
Yeah, you got to listen to the music and see if it was good
before
waste
you
your
buy
time
the
buying an
CD.
album.
Yeah. But anyway,
Oh,
let's see what's going on. I don't know. I guess you know what. If Breach can get in here, we'll just start off. We'll start with him. We'll start with just
that's what I just did.
yeah. Breach, are you in here?
Call if you're in chat.
You're
Yeah,
just
I'm in
gonna
here.
abandon Cole?
I think I'm just gonna do.
Just do audio.
I'm trying to do like yeah, my camera's.
That's
actually,
fine.
like-
We can do it that way. Yeah, no big deal.
You're just a- you're
I
just
was gonna put
abandoning
like an
Cole?
avatar or something.
Well,
just
I
so
might
that
have
we
to.
can-
He's a no-show. He confirmed he was gonna be here, and now he's a no-show. So he can show up at a later time in the game. I don't know. It is what it is. It is.
That's crazy.
Don't say you're gonna be here and then you don't be here. Because I have called him and I have texted him repeatedly. Where are you? And
All
he
right.
said he'd be here. So
All right.
we are what? Almost an hour into stream,
Yep.
and he ain't here. He's not here. So we're gonna roll with whatever it
I
is.
can't add my. How do you add your camera to the whatever? In that. I'm on the video ninja site.
Why? Yeah, it says
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
6 people in here right now. I'm so confused.
Damn.
That can't be right. It must have been the amount of times Toxic was in here.
Yeah, it has to be. Well, one of them might be my imaginary friend.
So I might have. Hold on, let me see something. If I close this,
He tells me to do bad things.
what? Oh God. Yeah. Okay. So me having the reason it has so many people on is because on the second link where we can all see each other, it counts it as a view on the website. All right. So I ain't worried about that. All right, Breach. Let's I don't know how we start this off. What happens, you know?
Start with.
Are we ready?
Sure.
I think we're ready.
Time ago.
How do you add
in a
them?
galaxy far away. Ba-ba-ba-ba. Ba-ba-ba-ba. Ba-ba-ba-ba.
God.
All right, cool. So I messaged you all individually, and you all told me about how you would be arriving to this building. So let's start with Toxic. Toxic.
Okay. Yes.
You will start with rolling me a perception check.
A perception check. That is a. Hold on a second. I have to pull up this. Hold on a second. I don't have my thing. Sure, it's loading. Give it a second. This is for comedic effect. Don't worry about it.
Sure,
Everything
sure,
is
sure.
Fine.
Oh. Yeah, Breach, we're not doing the video in the Discord if that's what you're trying to do.
Oh, I was just trying to see if
Okay.
it was something to do with that. So Can't remember what I did the last time I
Oh,
did work.
Well, okay, but let's everyone introduce the characters again because we did do that for a long time. So,
Mm.
okay.
just names, background. We're not going to go into a full story. Just name, class, race.
I don't remember
So
my.
we'll start
I
with
have to.
toxic.
I have to
Yeah,
get
mine is.
the website again.
I thought you downloaded the
Okay.
character sheet.
Yeah, we
Oh
downloaded them.
yeah,
Yeah,
I did not.
because I
Forgot to
definitely
do
have
that.
your character sheet in front of me. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I know you do.
all right, we'll start with
Ah,
toxic.
since
Go
that's
right ahead.
such a long time.
My character's name is Dex Akuma. I am a human. I am a Sentinel level 1 with a background for a bounty hunter.
All right, awesome. I will have you introduce your characters as we get to them. So right now we'll continue with
I'm ready for
toxic.
the roll.
So
Cool.
so toxic. You received a letter,
Yes.
and you said that you would begin by arriving about an hour before to scout the building. So it's currently 1200. Roll me a perception check.
I just did a 19. I'm not
Okay, and
kidding. I did a 19. And my
so you rolled
modifier
a
is a
19
plus
on the
5.
die.
That's a 20. Yeah,
Okay,
on
plus
a
okay.
d20.
So you are
Gross.
able to find an excellent vantage point on a building across the street, about diagonal, and so you have a very good view of this building. Is slightly taller than the one you're supposed to arrive at, so you have an excellent view of the front door and the roof of that building. When you scouted it before, you noticed that there are no other entrances. Plus, I gave you that information. There are no other entrances,
Yes.
no way to get in through the roof or back door. There's just that one entrance in the front. And from your vantage up there, you can see that there are two guards at the front door. You're able to tell that you can't tell their race because they're pretty heavily obscured, but you can tell that they are two fairly large individuals who seem to be rather well armed. Over the course of your time at that your time up watching the roof, you'll see several people come to the building. Some are turned away, some are allowed in, some full teams are allowed in. Sometimes they allow part of the team and send them away. But as of about 12:30ish, you've seen about 10 people enter the building. All right. So from your roof, we're gonna say now it's roughly 12:30. You've seen about 10 people enter. Um, what would you continue to wait? You were given an arrival time of 1300. Would you be waiting until 1300, or would you enter any sooner?
No, I would wait exactly at 1300, especially if
Okay.
I'm already in the location.
All right. Jed, you
You.
scouted, so go ahead, introduce your character, right name, background, and race.
Tokrim Zin. I'm a Mandalorian foundling and a Togrutan character.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And breach, same thing.
Um, my name is Amok, and I am a Wookiee.
Okay. So, uh, at right around 1300, Dex Akuma, Togrim Zen, and Amok, along with, I would say, about four other people, are all preparing to enter. When you arrive at the door, the people at the front door will be asking you for your names. I will say that Toxic, since you were there first, you arrived before the other two. So as you're trying to come into the door, the two gentlemen stop you. What is your name, sir?
My name is Dex Akuma.
Um,
I'm a bounty hunter with the guild.
all right, you can come in. And who are you? I'm looking at you, Jed.
I'm Tokrim Zin.
Okay, they'll step out of the way and allow you in, and they're gonna be looking up to the Wookiee. You're a little big there, bud. And who might you be?
Fuck.
They will step aside and allow you in. You'll notice they push back some of the other people who are coming up behind you, and then one or two more people trickle in. So as you enter, you will see a fairly open room. Appears to have a bit of a stage toward the back. I would say the room is about a probably a 60 by 60 room. And the back 10 feet of the room is an elevated stage with a door on either side. Throughout this room, lots of tables and chairs. Each table has about 5 chairs seated at it. And as you walk in, another set of guards hand you a hollow card. And the three of you each receive a green hollow card. You'll notice that other people around you have different color cards. And they're sitting at tables which are projecting a holographic image in the color that matches their card. So if you look around, it wouldn't be difficult for you to find a table that has a green image being projected out of the middle of it. And how will you proceed?
Going by order of apparition, then?
I mean, it's free roam. There's no real like initiative. Whatever. If you would go straight to the table, that's fine. We can move forward there. If someone wants to explore the room or do anything else, then we can do that. But at this point, you're free to do whatever you want. You are in this room. You see lots of other people in the room. Some are seated at their tables. Some are standing around. But you have your cards, and it is easy to find which table you're expected to sit at. So, how would you like to proceed?
What information is on these hollow cards? Do we?
There's nothing on them. They are at present. There's nothing. They're just color coded.
Is there no one in charge where we can ask what the color codes mean?
You will see some people. You'll see that there are some tables with no one sitting around in the other chairs, but there is typically at least one person sitting at each table.
That makes me feel suspicious. But what I want to know at this point. So we just mingle with each other?
To the table. Yeah.
You said you'll proceed to the table?
Yes, I will proceed to the table immediately.
Okay.
I will too, yeah.
All right, Toxic and Breach, as you both walk toward the table that you're assigned to, it's over toward, now again, this is with your back facing the door, it's over toward the right side of the room. It's got just a green light projecting up out of the center of the table. You will notice that there is someone sitting at the table. It almost appears as though his chair is separated out from the other 4 chairs at the table. He is wearing a kind of a very dark green hooded robe, and just sitting with his arms on the table. One arm you'll see is heavily bandaged.
Okay.
So our cards match up where we're all going to be sitting at the same table?
Yes.
So after watching them go sit down, I guess I'm going to reluctantly walk up and do the same.
Okay. It's been about, he doesn't greet you when you sit down. It's been about now 3 to 4 minutes, and someone steps up onto the stage. Welcome, one and all. You may begin. And he just walks back off. So the gentleman sitting at the table will look up. His face is still fairly heavily obscured, but it is easy to see that he is a brown-skinned male. His kind of a slight build, and as I said, one of his right arm is completely bandaged all the way to his fingers. Can't see anything, just completely bandaged up in white wraps that look like they've been changed fairly recently. Welcome to the organization. Each of you have been selected here for various reasons, and I chose you personally. This organization, we have tried to balance, if you would, the world. We have seen a lot of rebels and empires and Jedi and Sith, but they all seem rather interested in themselves, not really interested in the people. What benefit is it for a rebellion to rise up and try to fight against a government and destroyed? What government do they plan to put in place once they take down the one we have?
Hmm.
What benefit is it for a bunch of religious figures to force the world to follow their rules, whether they be Sith or Jedi? And don't get me started on these Grey who choose not to involve themselves. We want more than that. We want something for the people. You all seem to want that as well. Whether you're looking for revenge or you're looking to make the world a better place, I think that each of you has what it takes in order to help this organization. Any questions so far?
What do you really know about
Where
us?
does this? Yeah.
Well, that depends on how much you want these strangers at this table to know about you. Don't you think that's a question better asked at a later time?
How do you know what it is that
It's
you
a
know?
message, right?
Well, this organization has access to a great deal of resources. And by resources, I mean people, I mean money, I mean resources. So, what we do, we believe, will help the world become a better place. Suffice it to say, we were started by a group who had close contact with two separate Jedi who we believed were not exactly as religious, if you would say, as strict as other Jedi. One was a gentleman by the name of Qui-Gon, and the other Mace. Their fight inspired us, or I should say our founders, to reach out, branch out, and try to actually bring peace, not just more war. The Jedi and Sith have been fighting against each other for thousands of years, and no matter who's won, the other has found a way to return and keep fighting. It's just war. It's not peace. It's not healthy for any citizens. It's just dragging children from their mothers to make them fight a war that they don't care about or know anything about. And we're not interested in their religious fights. We are interested in true peace. Now, of course, that's all well and good, but you don't need to join our organization because you believe in what we believe in. You can join our organization to find the information you need for revenge. You can join our organization to make the money you need in order to live a life that you want. But understand that what you do will be contributing to the betterment of the galaxy, whether you care about that or not.
What is it exactly that you want from us? Why are we here?
You are here because each of the people you see sitting at this table is what you would call a handler. As handlers, we are able to choose our own teams, and it has come to the point that we need to expand the organization, and we were given the leeway and resources to research and develop and figure out who we wanted. You, well, almost all of you, were missing someone, are the ones that I chose. I believe I can make it work with you three, though.
You mentioned teams. You mentioned a conjunct objective of sorts. What if we're not interested in any of it? For we could tell the people sitting at this table, it could be against us.
Well,
Could be filthy
I'm
Jedi.
not.
They could be Sith. They could be Imperial spies.
I'm not really interested in what you do in your free time. I'm not interested in whether or not you become a big happy family and live in one house or you come together when I have a mission that I need you to complete. This is solely
This is the
for
way.
the sake of this
This
organization.
is the way.
Unfortunately,
This
until
is the
you
way.
prove yourselves, I can't really give you too many more details on what our organization is and does. Now, you were invited here because I believe that you're capable. You came because you know that I have information that you want.
This is the way.
Obviously, that
Welcome back to the
information is
guild. Tony
contingent
Dominique,
upon
and
you
welcome
working
in.
with our organization.
We're really just getting started, but welcome in. So what's this all about,
I'm
really?
just here to
What
make
is it
some
that you
money,
need us
so-
to do?
Well, first, I need to know that you can do what I need you to do. So I would give you a small mission to prove yourselves. As I said, I've seen you all work individually,
Yeah.
but I haven't seen you work as a team. And I would need to know that you're able to do that.
All right, what's our mission?
You'll retrieve an item that was taken from me. A simple staff. Nothing nothing too crazy. I think you should be able to
What,
retrieve it.
who are we taking
What
it
kind
from?
of yeah, what kind of people are we taking them, or alien or whatever?
Yeah, what are the
Someone
stakes here?
entered someone entered my home. They took something that belongs to me, in this case, a staff, and now they have gone into the wind with that staff. As far as I can tell, they haven't left planet yet.
Are we supposed to take this person out, or are we just supposed to leave them alone and retrieve them?
Well, that's the beauty of the organization. We provide missions that we need completed, and you provide the parameters in which you intend to complete them. I need the staff. How you obtain the staff is up to you. We have members of our team, of our organization, who are mercenaries and who typically leave no one standing. We have members of our organization who believe in a more peaceful approach and are never seen coming or going, yet objectives are always complete. And we have everything in between. I do not tell you how to do your job, I am just the handler.
Was the person originally from this organization?
I don't know anything about the people who took my staff,
You don't know
but
anything about this person, do you?
I doubt they were members of the organization.
Okay.
But you
Which
know
the
for sure that it
person
was them that
is
took it.
among with around.
I do.
You sure? Are you positive it's him? There's them.
I can't tell
With
you
with
whether or not the
certainty.
staff is. I can tell you with certainty who took my staff and show you
Okay.
video proof of them taking it. Whether or not that staff is currently with them, I don't know.
Do you know much about this person?
I do not.
What intel can you
So
give us
other
about where
than
they are?
other than what they look like, yeah, like
I can.
where do we start looking for them?
I see again. These are questions that you're asking me about how you complete your mission.
Oh,
My mission
okay.
that I'm giving to you is to retrieve this staff. You can shake people down. You can go find them yourselves. I don't
Well,
know. That's not my role.
we're we're kind of shaking you down a little bit so we can get some more information about where to start, just to
Do
I
you
see what
have
you
do you
provide.
know
have the
and pick
hollow
your brains a
recording
little
of
bit.
it of this being taken at least?
I do. Do.
Can we watch it?
Are you intending to take the job?
I got nothing better
Yes.
to
Hey,
do.
if it pays well, I'll take it. I'm just in it for the money, man.
You're just in it for the money. So, what kind of money do you need
Yeah,
to retrieve a staff? What's the going rate for staff retrieval these days? Then
I don't know. Depending on the severity of the mission, what happens to personally. Like I don't care about these guys. I don't really know them too well, so
I would say an
I'll
awful
try to
lot
keep
for how
them
little
safe. But
information we're getting.
well, yeah.
providing me a
That's
price after the mission is over—that's not standard work, is it?
No, I don't normally work like that
A
either.
million.
So I would have to see if it's worth the risk. It's the risk is worth the reward.
Whatever it is, we're gonna need half up front. Supplies. We're
Yeah,
gonna need
yeah, definitely.
figure out intel.
Something to work with.
What supplies do you
Yeah.
need? You all, again. Listen, let's not walk in as if I don't know who you are in this negotiation. You all know that I have information that you want. You know that that information is contingent upon you joining the organization. I am telling you that the first step to joining this organization is simply retrieving a staff and letting me know that you're able to actually work together. If I wanted individuals, you all would already be in. But what I need is a team.
Mhm.
So what you're telling us
So
is
basically,
that everything that we
we're
want in life,
we
basically,
have to
we can get by
pay
joining
up
this
front.
organization.
I'm not going
Yeah.
to tell you that everything you want in life you can get. I'm telling you that this organization can grease the wheels to make those things possible. This organization has information, it has access, it has resources, it has money. Now, does that answer all of your prayers? Of course not. There's a lot that you all have to do for yourselves. I've followed you for some time, and money is not going to get you vengeance, but it can certainly help along the way.
If the person's still on planet, we should start going then. We should get going.
Well, we need to see some evidence of this person. I want to see it. I want to see who it is. I want to see a face. I want to put a face to what I'm working with here. So
You will each see your hollow cards light up and vibrate. And if
Okay.
you choose to take a look at those, you may.
Okay, we do. I suppose.
I do. Yeah.
If you look at those, you will see what looks to be almost a split screen of an image, and you will see one that shows an office with a small mannequin and looks like a weapon rack in the back corner of the office. That mannequin doesn't really seem to have anything on it. There's no arm or anything. There's a desk that's shown in the middle of the room, and that weapon rack happens to have a staff, a couple of swords. Nothing particularly crazy. In fact, it looks rather mundane in present day society. The person will walk in. You see a robed figure enter and reach for the staff and is blasted back across the room. You'll see other robed figures then enter. About three other people enter, try to pick him up. They will then finally try to get that staff up out of that weapon rack. They get it out, and then you see that other camera angle has been showing the front of the house the whole time. Nothing special, just a front door and some shrubbery. And you will see that group of four individuals, two of them carrying along the guy who was blasted across the room, and then the last person carrying the staff. There is obscure views of their faces, but from what you can tell, there are two Twi'lek males and two human females.
Hmm.
Okay.
This sounds more like they have an organization of their own. It's not just one guy. You made it seem like it was just one person.
Mhm.
An individual. This is a
I
group.
said they. I did use the word they.
You did say day. Yes. Yes.
Hmm.
Hmm.
They, them. All right, with this information.
I mean,
Hmm.
I can understand if you feel as though four people is a bit much for your particular skills. So, I mean,
Oh no, not for my skills. I'm good over here. Thanks. I can take care of
After
myself.
all you
Yeah, but
care
that's
about, is
I,
the staff.
yeah,
Correct.
and all you care
all
about
I
is
care
money.
about
You're
is
going to
the
see you
this-
coming
staff.
from a mile away, big Wookie.
But this also proves us that we're worthy of joining the organization to do this.
It,
We're gonna have
as I
we're gonna
said,
have to work
is the
together.
first step.
Sounds that way.
Yeah, this is the first step. Well, yeah, hopefully.
Well, you're
Did
talking about money.
you?
How much money do you think should go for the four of us? Then I say four because there's only three of us here, but we got to split this with this other guy if he ever
Split it.
shows up.
Put this 25.
Well,
25
he's not.
Share.
He's not participating in this mission. I can't see how someone would take spoils from work they didn't do.
That's all I
All
care
right,
about
30,
then.
30%. We'll split it evenly amongst the three of us.
What are you splitting, as we have no agreed upon price?
Oh, that's true.
I'm here for information, so whatever money is there, you can keep it. I'm just worried that we are wasting time and we should get moving with the information that has been provided with us. Or provided to us.
Might I make a small recommendation or ask a small favor?
It's your party. Go for it.
Sure.
Do you think
Sure.
you three would be capable of, let's say, keeping safe a spectator throughout this mission? I won't interfere. I'd like to see you work together.
Just don't get in my way.
Exactly.
As long as you don't.
Just don't get in the way.
And remember, the best type of shield is a body shield.
I will stand behind you, body shield.
All right.
At this point, he's
I'm okay with this.
yeah. You three are free to do what you want. He's just sitting at the table now. You'll see if you look around the room, you'll see that some people have some tables are already empty. Some people are still talking at tables. Some tables have one or two people who have left, but you'll see varying degrees of response around the room. If you are interested in seeing who has stayed and who has gone, or getting a count of people, right? You can do that, but yeah, right now just this first glance, some here, some not.
All right.
What do I want to do?
I would recommend asking for information on the network of the guild. After all, if this is a rather large group of individuals, possibly they have done this kind of actions before, and there may be a bounty. It could be a good
Maybe
start.
somebody knows something.
Were we able to see in the video what direction they went in, since we could see the front of the house?
No. The camera was aimed at the front door, so you could see them walk out of the front door and then go out of camera angle.
Understood.
All right, let's check with the guild since you got your connections. I mean, I used to hunt with them, but not so much anymore.
I would recommend going to a cantina nearby the area.
Yeah, that might be a good place to start.
I mean, he's sitting at the table awaiting, you guys.
All right, so at this point, we're free to leave. Free to go do this or whatever.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Let's go.
I would say we exit the building, and we try to go close into a cantina by the area.
From having scouted, so hold on, let me pull this page back up. I want to get your names right. So Tokram Zen, you scouted the area the day before.
Mm-hmm.
From having scouted the area the day before, you will know that there's a cantina, I would say maybe within a 10-minute walk of here, and it's called the Twin Sons.
Okay. I'm going to choose to enter there.
All right. So as you enter the Twin Sons, you will see a... Goodness, why won't you pull up? Sorry, one moment. You will see a human male behind the counter, dressed in pretty plain clothing, and is serving drinks throughout that space, and then actually serving people in the bar is a Bomar woman.
I approach the human male, and I ask if he knows about the contact for the guild located in this cantina.
Sir, guild contact? I can't say I know what you're talking about.
I grab him by the collar and make him close to me and ask him in a more threatening tone.
And I stand behind him, make him look more menacing.
As you grab him by the collar, you will see a wrapped hand around your wrist. We wouldn't exactly be a great organization if everyone knew who we were. I'm pretty sure you should try a different approach.
I'm going to step in and put a coin on the table to offer for information.
Now that is very, very nice of you. My name is Emmy, first off. As you can see, my wife Pearlie over there, she's beautiful. Anyway, that is a great way to get information, and I sure would love to take it, but I'm being 100% honest with you. I sure don't know anything about any guild, and he will leave your coin on the counter.
Mm.
Now, if you would like to know about some of the, I say, local gangs around here, maybe you're trying to join up with, I sure could help out there. But there's no guild. That's a mighty big word for a tiny little planet. This is a guild. Goodness gracious, that is some kind of organization. Are you all with the guild?
Uh,
Ask
I
him, I
don't.
tell him to
I don't.
forget the guild for the time being, and ask him if he has seen four individuals, two Twi'lek males and two human females hooded. One would be injured. A human male, no, a Twi'lek male would be injured.
Well, we are, in fact, a cantina, and we don't handle injuries here. There is a small little med bay right down the street, and if you're looking for an injured person, you might head that way. We can provide you with sustenance. I learned that word recently. Since you talk about guilds, I won't throw a big word in there too. We can provide you with some sustenance during your travels, but uh, injuries are again not my forte. I cook, I clean, but that's about it.
Just point me in the direction of the med bay. Thanks.
All right. Well, if you walk outside, there's a large sign that's got one of them big red pluses on it. I would just head over that way. It's right there.
Wookie, you keep the coin. Grab a bite. I'm gonna go check that out. I know you're hungry.
All right. All right. Now. Remember, Emmy's food is best. Now it doesn't matter what them other cantinas say, or and ignore the people throwing up out back. My food is wonderful. All right. Now, y'all enjoy.
I'll let the man go and decide to accompany the Mandalorian, as we're supposed to move as a group, not as individuals.
Well, I
Uh,
guess I'll have to try
big,
something later.
big Phil. Oh, you're all right. Well, hey,
I'll
listen.
come back. I'll come back later and try something.
Hey,
I'm on business
well,
trip.
I do want to let you know. You say try something. We really only got the chicken. Now it's just the chicken. If you look around, you'll see everybody's eating the chicken. It's a delicious chicken.
Okay.
But that's
Well, I
really
think
all
I'll
we
take
serve
that to
is
go
is the
then. I'll take it to go
is
then.
you.
Thanks.
Well, we gotta go out back and kill the chicken first. It's made to order.
We don't
How
have
long does
time
it
for
take?
this.
We don't have
Well,
time for
I'm
this. Yeah,
hungry.
go.
Hey, come in. Come in.
well,
We need
well.
to eat. We
So
need to eat
when
and
you
take a
say
break.
how
Yeah.
long, when you say how long it takes, first we got to catch the chicken. Now they are in the coop, so it's kind of easy. Anyway, we catch the chicken, and then we got to grab him by his head and whip it around real fast like that there till it pops off. Then we got to get the feathers off, and then we season them up real good, like, and we just roast them over an open flame. It's nice. It's a good chicken. Now it's a good chicken. But
Yeah, I'll
it
take it.
is, of course, made to order. We don't like to waste food around
Yeah.
here, having
No, I
chickens
know.
just sit because
But I can eat it
who's
raw
gonna
too.
eat them? Oh, oh,
I don't care.
you eat
I'm
raw chicken?
hungry. I do eat it
You,
wherever it's available.
He's a Wookiee.
you know
I
we've
don't have. We don't have time to do this actually.
I'm not gonna say Wookiees are common, right? I haven't met quite a lot of you folk, but not one of the ones I seen ate that chicken raw. That sure
Yeah.
is special. Sure is special. But you know what? I'm not one to judge. I am gonna let Pearly know to bring you your chicken. You gonna sit at the table? You gonna wait right here at the bar?
I'll wait at the bar.
I'll be
Uh,
outside.
would you would you like
While he
something to
waits,
drink?
yeah, the Mandalorian and I leave the room.
N- Would you like anything to drink, big feller? Can I
Yeah.
can I call you big feller? I don't mean it as an insult. You just are, a
No, that's
rather
fine.
large
That's
feller.
fine. Yes.
All right. Pearly
So
will
what's on tap?
a tap. Oh, you big city folk! Y'all so fancy. We got bottles,
Oh, I'll take a bottle.
and I'll pour your bottle in a tankard for you.
And I drink.
All right.
This
So
is
he
good.
will. We got expensive stuff. We got cheap stuff. I really can't tell you the name of either. you want the expensive stuff or the cheap stuff.
I'll take the cheap stuff.
All
I'm a
right.
little
I
low
mean,
on funds right now.
the money the money he left you on the bar will sure cover the expensive if you like it.
Sure, we'll do the expensive then.
All right. Hey, Pearly, we got somebody going in for the fancy. Hey, get him a nice table. So the Omar woman will come up to you and escort you to a table. She doesn't speak to you at all, but she'll escort you to a table, and she'll come back with your drink and eventually your food. Gentleman who walked outside, what are you doing? The handler has followed you outside. He'll before you speak. Sir, listen. You might be a bit confused as to what is happening here. I am not necessarily the smartest person in the world, but I am smart enough to not invite people who have not joined the guild to the planet on which the guild is housed. So walking around here looking for guild headquarters won't yield you anything. If I had access to guild resources to find the staff, then I wouldn't tell you to find it for me.
Fair enough. We started to look down the street.
I'll take it under advisement.
Mentioned, but
I mean, just,
Yes.
I would like you to try to be gentle with this, the people here. They're just, simple folk.
They seem like simple
do.
people.
I do enjoy my quiet life here, and I'd hate for you guys to make a big fuss.
understood.
I'm headed over to the med bay. You coming?
All right.
Or are we waiting for the Wookiee?
Yeah, we go.
All right.
Let's
It
go.
is
The Wookiee
again.
can come back
It's not hard to find. There is a big well lit sign with a white background, red cross. Easy enough to find.
Cool.
If you walk into what he has defined as a med bay, it is literally a house, and there are maybe 2 cots sitting out there, and a person in a full, almost anti-contamination garb, head to toe, treating the people there. He's just, yeah.
Okay.
You can't make out
I'll let
anything
the
about this
Mandalorian do
person.
the
They're
talking.
just in this huge anti-contamination garb. One bed has a person on it. The other bed's clear. The sheets are they're disgusting. They're white sheets, but they look like ass. Is what he defines as a med bay is this person's living room.
I'm glad I'm not injured. What is this place?
Are you asking that to the person in the garb, or?
Yeah. You actually treat people here?
We absolutely do.
All right. Did you happen to treat a Twi'lek male a few nights ago?
There was a guy came in with some burn scars. Looked like his face had been blown off.
All right, so you did
Friend of
treat him.
yours?
Yeah, we go way back. I just want to make sure he's okay.
All right. So now you get to make your first roll. You will roll me a deception check. Let me pull my dice out here.
Okay. This is D20.
Yep, it's a D20. If you
Yes,
look
this
on
would
your
be a
sheet,
D20.
you'll see deception with a it'll say +0, +1, -1, something like that. It'll say something next to it. So you will roll that D20, and then whatever it says on the die, you will add or subtract. Hold on, I got your sheet for you if you're having
12.
token. All right, so if you come on your sheet,
What are you using for
right
dice
under-
though?
right under
I'm using a
charisma,
nap.
You'll see.
Oh, okay.
You'll see this.
A dice roller. You can just Google dice roller and it will give you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it says
those things.
+1 right next to your deception. So the app said 12 on the D20.
Mm-hmm.
So when you look at your charisma and your deception, you have a +1 modifier. So that would give you a total of 13. And in
Okay.
this case, I will be rolling this person's wisdom, and perception, insight actually against your deception.
Okay.
Well, I mean, typically, people who are concerned about their friends come in with them, but I mean, maybe you were busy. He did have some other people already there. I don't know. I really don't care. What is it that you need?
I just want some information about where they might be staying. I've been out of town for a while, and I think they may have moved. Do you know where they went after they left here?
I sent some more medication for him actually out this morning. I think my runner might have sent it. Hey boy.
See, just we'll see a little. This is also this is a
Shoot. Hold on, hold on. Shoot. Lost audio.
Remember
Sorry,
that
I lost
medication?
audio
That's-
for a second.
Oh, okay. So a Togrutan boy will come out. He calls out a little Togrutan boy, and he comes out from the back.
Um, hey, where'd you sitting up there medication this morning? When I sent you out, remember the burn victim we had a couple days ago? Him and his friends. Where'd you send that medication?
Little boy, look up. You know that I think they're staying at the. I think they're staying at the old manor. That's where I took it to. They met me right outside the old manor, but I don't know if they're staying there. But they met me at the front gate for the old manor.
Boy, nobody stayed at that old manor in years. Are you telling me it's people there now?
I'm just telling you where I took the medication. The four people that came in a couple days ago, I sure did.
But it seems like your friends are at the old manor just outside of town.
All right, I appreciate your
You
help.
said you've been gone for a while, but I assume you still remember how to get there, don't you?
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for the info.
All right.
I'm gonna exit.
All right, he will go back to treating the person on the table. Doesn't look like he's doing great work. Stitches look like ass.
Yeah, let's make sure we don't get injured on this mission.
Yeah, we don't want to get injured.
Yeah, let's make sure.
Are you done eating your
Sure,
chicken,
yeah.
sir?
Wait, no, the Wookiee's not here. The Wookie's eating
I
his
think
chicken.
so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Stitches look like ass.
All right. I
Please
assume
tell
I
me
assume the
about those. I
Wookiees.
would
I
see
assume
the
the Wookiees
Wookiees
done
standing.
eating. Yeah.
Did I get my chicken? Yeah, I got my chicken. It was
Yeah,
delicious.
you got your chicken.
All right.
Yes. I came in the middle of that, so I kind of got the last little bit. So you have to fill me in on the rest.
Okay.
From what we know, they're down at the old manor, but no one's supposed to be there, so
Whatever that is.
shouldn't be too hard to get
Let's
in
go
and
check
out
it
of
out.
there and take care of this.
No, yeah, let's go check it out.
We definitely need to scope out the scene though. Do some surveying here.
Recon?
Let's do some recon.
Do some
Yeah,
recon?
some
Yeah, we'll
recon.
do some recon. Well, I'm kind of like the one that likes to just go in head first and see what happens. But
Yeah.
if you guys want to take the other way, we'll do it that way.
Hold tight. Pick
Okay.
the feathers out of your teeth, and we'll do some recon.
Now, do we know where this old manor is, gentlemen? I would assume no, as we haven't been here in a
Oh,
minute.
maybe we should ask. That would be a good.
Because
Should ask.
is there anybody around that we can ask for directions?
I mean, it's
Well,
the middle of the day. It's a big town. There are
Mm.
lots of people going back and forth.
maybe we should ask a random person, perhaps, just on the side of the on the sidewalk or whatever.
Yeah. Is there maybe like somebody selling something in the streets? Maybe like a small street
Maybe
market.
somebody
Maybe somebody's
something.
There,
Um,
so a little bit further up from the quote unquote med bay, there is a series of maybe 4 or 5 market stands. Someone is selling fruits. One looks to be selling almost knickknacks of sorts. But you'll see about 4 or 5 market stands.
I go
Alright, we'll
up
go
to
to one
the
of them.
second. Yeah, I go up
We'll
to
go
the
to the
second.
The
Yes.
knick-knack one.
Yes.
Welcome to Nick's Emporium of Knacks. I'm Nick Knack.
Sir, we are looking for directions for the old manor. Do you know
We
where that
don't-
is located? Near this area?
We don't sell maps at Nick's Emporium of Knacks. However, I can tell you guys aren't from here because everyone knows where the old manor is. It's literally right outside. You can't miss it. How did you come in and not see it? Did you not arrive at the spaceport? Anyway, listen, just walk straight out of town and then go left. And there's a giant manor. These feel like bad questions.
Do you know anything about this manor that we missed coming in, I guess?
I know that
No?
no one lives there. I know that it's
Oh, okay.
empty and it's been abandoned for years. I'm pretty sure it's haunted.
What if someone wanted to buy
Someone's-
it? Who do we talk to?
So you'll see Nick Knack thinking for a second. You could talk to me. I could sell it to you. I sure could. I could sell it right to you. I sure. And
I
then
grab-
he'll look over your shoulder a little bit and see the handler.
Yeah, I grab the Mandalorian by the shoulder and I just tell him, we should go.
You should talk to the town.
Yeah, we should probably head. Yeah.
You should talk to the town. I'm sorry, sir. I thought it was a chance at a quick talk. Listen, talk to the town mayor. The handler, your backs are to him, so you won't see what he's doing. But Nick Knack will nod at him and let you guys know that you should talk to the mayor.
Ah, gotcha. So you do actually have some
Mhm.
pull back there. All right. Where can we find the town mayor?
You know, again, these are. You guys don't read signs, do you?
No, we don't. Yeah. No.
All right. Well,
I
listen.
saw the town city hall at the near the spaceport there. So.
It's, you
Oh.
know, shockingly, we are a small town, but
Mhm.
like most towns, our mayor resides in our city hall. So yeah, right at the center of town is our city hall and town hall and general meeting area when we have meetings, and the mayor will have an office in there.
Fair enough.
Are you interested in buying the old manor?
I might be
No, we're
interested
good
in seeing what the floor plan looks like.
I'll tell you there is not a lot to do in this here town, but it is full of nice people. We sure are nice to locals. I guess what I did wasn't very nice. Anyway, it's fine. We're nice to locals.
Okay, thank you.
Fair.
And I toss a coin and I walk away from the stand.
Fair enough. Let's get to City Hall. If we can
He
figure
will-
out
he will s- you
what
will
the
see him
floor
snatch
plans
the
are, it might make it a
coin
little
out of the
easier
air.
to find the ins and outs of the place.
You will see him snatch that coin out of the air with dexterity you didn't think any person possessed. Like just cat-like reflexes as soon as it leaves your hand.
Swindler.
Look at him for a second and then I walk away.
I follow
Now,
up.
question. While they go interrogate the town mayor, wouldn't it be also, I don't know, easier to do some recon by the old manor? Is there maybe like a structure that I can scout from?
Well, if you want to go do
So-
that, that's fine, because I just want to look at the floor plans. If they'll let us look at the floor plans of the manor, if they think we want to buy it, then maybe we can get a good hold on recon there.
Maybe.
Yeah, I might
I
go
would
with
say
No, we should.
the Mandalorian here. Because
I would
you
say
don't
all
really
three of
want
you-
you don't want
all
a
three of you
7 foot
make
tall
me a
guy
history check.
hanging around.
Wait,
History
what do you need
check.
us to do?
What,
All three of you make a
What do we-
history check.
Roll on the same
D1.
20? D20?
Yeah, it's still D20. Anytime I ask you to make a check, it'll be on the D20.
All right, 19 for
History
me.
will
Yes,
be
yes, that would be.
so whatever bone. Oh wait, you guys don't. Is history not on your?
No, it
Oh,
would
I
be
don't
okay.
think
lore,
so.
I suppose.
Yep. Lore. Oh
Oh,
yes, lore.
lore.
Lore is history. Yes.
Yeah,
But
Okay.
we'll
I
use
suppose
it
so.
for history. It's fine. So yeah, whatever you roll on D20, and then whatever you have next to your lore. Tell me those numbers.
Uh, I
19
I
is what I
rolled a
rolled.
23.
Oh, damn.
I rolled a
All right.
23. So,
So
that's with
23.
my plus
Right, with your
my plus
bonuses.
3 for lore. Yeah,
Yeah.
and
I
bonus.
don't have my sheet in front of me. I can't find my sheet. Sorry.
So
Oh, here
you
your
rolled a
sheet
20 on
is.
the die breach.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I had a
Um,
D20, right?
Yep. You rolled a
Oh,
D20.
yeah. That's well. I just it's an app, so I just
Yeah, yeah, no, but you
hit
got
it.
it
That's
gave
what.
you a 20. Cool.
I
Yeah,
have
I
a
gave
So
you
number
20.
and
Yeah.
it's hilarious.
so breach
You're
breach and Jed, you will both remember going past this manor, and you will remember that it was well out of the way. You had to drive in. So the spaceport that you landed in was far outside of town. There was nothing, absolutely nothing around it. Then as you drove into town, you did pass a manor. That manor has no buildings around it, nothing else to scout from, just open area. From what you can recall, and you can recall it in great detail, there is no way to sneak up on that manor.
All right.
okay. So we're gonna have to walk to the front door then, I guess.
Then we should just
Now,
go to the
I
town
will
hall then.
I will say that
Yeah.
so the manor itself is on a large property. There is a gate around the manor, but the manor itself, which sits in the center of that property, there is no way that someone wouldn't see you approach the gate. There's shrubbery, there's statues. Maybe once you entered the gate, you might be able to find a way to not be seen. But from what you
But
can
you said they'd
recall,
be there
there
though.
is
So
absolutely no way. Huh?
there's nobody there though, right? It's
That's
abandoned.
what Nick Nack said. It's abandoned.
Yeah,
Hmm.
but the medic said.
But
But the
You
medic said
the
that.
the little boy for the medic also just told you that he delivered the medicine to someone at that gate at the front of the manor.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Okay. So if it looks like
Then
we
best
come
course
up
of
to the
action.
front gate, they might think that we're trying to find them. So and they might just like try to escape.
Would it
Are
be
there any exits?
That's the
Do we
case.
know on this? In this?
would it be
Yeah, we should
possible
probably head to the
to
city hall.
would it be possible to see the little boy and ask him if he could make a run for us? Me being Togrutan as well. I know I have my helmet on, but
I mean, it's possible to go back to the med bay. You can talk to him if you like.
Think the town mayor approach is more feasible.
all right,
At least we can get direct information from
Mhm.
records in there.
let's do that then.
Okay, then
Yeah,
we
we'll
go
do
to the
that.
city hall.
I don't see the section for you said lore on the
Yeah, it's
sheet?
under
Yes,
intelligence.
it's under intelligence.
It's on intelligence.
I see it.
Yeah, it's on
Okay, I see it
intelligence.
now. All right.
Yeah, you had a plus
Well,
2.
we go towards the city hall then
Yep.
to ask the mayor.
And inquire about perhaps purchasing the abandoned home.
All right.
If we can convince him to show us around, maybe they'll see us coming and try and run out the back door. Wookie can wait at the back door for them.
All right. As you approach
Yep,
the town hall, it is probably the largest house that you've seen so far. But at the end of the day, it's still just a 2-story house. It does not look very large at all. Just a basic 2-story home. That's what you can see from the outside.
Of the town hall?
Yep.
I guess we enter. We knock. Is there a sign?
Yeah.
There's a sign out front. It does say town hall. If you knock, you don't get a response.
Guess we're going in if it's unlocked.
The door
Oh,
is
try the
unlocked.
handle.
All
Yeah,
right.
then we go.
Let's let the Wookiee go in first.
All right. When you enter, you'll see a desk, kind of toward. It's just a pretty big open space, maybe a 20 by 20 room. There's a desk that's seated in the middle of that open space, and there looks to be a podium off further behind the desk. There is one person sitting at the desk. So, do you guys typically knock before you enter public buildings?
If it's a public building, why should we have to knock? But we did knock quite a few times.
Yeah, that's why I was confused. Like, why did you knock? Did you knock before you walked in the cantina?
It looks like a house, man. Just wanted to be
Out-of-towners
polite.
Sure are. Hey, you out of towners sure are a special bunch.
Fair
What can I
enough.
do for you?
We're interested in maybe settling down here. We saw you got some property there. It looks like to be an abandoned manor just before you come into town. You interested
There-
in selling it to us?
You want to buy the haunted mansion? You want to buy the manor?
Wouldn't be such a bad idea.
It, it sure would not. It should. He'll straighten out his suit jacket a little bit. He'll stand up.
I'm gonna give a side eye to my bounty hunter friend here.
No, and as he stands up, well, welcome to this beautiful town, and I am the town mayor, and you can just call me mayor. Everybody else does.
Okay,
Mayor.
Mr. Mayor,
Reach out
I
his-
have a question
he'll
for
reach
you.
out
Hey,
his
Mr.
hand.
Mayor.
Okay, Mr. Mayor, I have a question for you. As I shake your hand. Everybody in this
potential buyer?
town, everybody in this town is absolutely afraid of that manor. What exactly happened there?
That manor is just so full of love and beauty that everyone in this town knows if they went there, they'd never come back to town. It's just too beautiful. And who wants to leave these beautiful townsfolk behind?
Oh, it
Okay.
sounds very appealing. Would you happen to have a floor plan of the manor? Do we see what it looks like on the inside?
Why would I have that?
You're the
It's
mayor.
not my manor. But it's
Well,
it's
you
not.
have records,
it's-
don't you? You keep
That's the
records,
city
don't
hall.
you?
Don't you keep any records of what the
Yeah.
of your town?
Oh wait.
No,
that's
you
small
out of
town.
town folks sure are for
We-
records.
Yeah.
We got records. Oh man. Whoo man. Oh, I love a good laugh. I do love a good laugh. We don't got any records.
Of course you don't.
Of course they don't cut this, right? Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry to laugh at your request. That's very rude of me. We don't have records though, but you can still purchase it.
Well, how about this? Won't you give us a tour of the manor, and we'll think about we'll consider buying it.
I sure will walk you right up to the gate.
Yeah,
To the gate.
to the gate. Walk
To the
us up
gate.
to the gate.
Why only to the
To the-
gate?
And inside, right? Why just
There,
to the gate?
no, I don't need to walk inside the beautiful manor. Again, it's so full of love.
Now, I have a
might never
question.
come
I
back
have a
and
question,
take
Mr.
care of
Mayor.
town.
I have a question, Mr. Mayor. You certainly
Just
are
Just
open
mayor. Just
to-
mayor is fine. Just mayor.
You're certainly open to the possibility of selling us this manor. However, you don't have the floor plans. You do not want to enter. You cannot describe to us the inside of this place. It almost looks like you're not the owner of this manor.
And
The
you're the second
city.
person to try and sell it to us without owning it.
The city definitely. Now, as the mayor, do I own the manor? Of course not. I'm just a lowly public servant who does his best to keep this town running. Now, the city itself does own the manor, and I would like for you fine gentlemen to keep that in mind. It is owned by the town.
All right then. Then it wouldn't be a problem if, say, you represent the town as being the mayor of the town, for you to enter this property owned by the city. Correct.
It sure would not be a problem to any member of the town were I to
Now let's
enter
go.
that manor. However, as the mayor of this fine town, I would never want to find myself so attached to this loving and beautiful manor that I never return. So I think I should just walk you up to the gate.
Look here, Mr. Mayor.
Yes, sir. Or ma'am, I can't tell. You're wearing a very dark mask. But yes, person.
I'm going to have you walk us up to the gate. And when we get to the gate, you're going to open the gate and you're going to walk through it.
Oh, I sure am not.
Shh, 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 shh. Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
I walk up next to the mayor and by the shoulder,
you
and I
see,
told him in the ear, "You are."
Here's what's going to happen. You're going to walk up to that gate with us. And if not,
Uh-huh.
our Wookiee friend here is going to rip off your arms and beat you to death with them.
Yeah, I will.
Now, he will be very. You have definitely, struck a chord. So I want you to roll me an intimidation check.
Oh, wonderful thing. Yes, of course.
5.
Hold on a second.
Okay.
Oh, actually, wait. Is that 16 or 17? I roll a 17.
Okay.
What is
So I do
intimidation
D20,
under?
is that what it is?
So he's gonna look at the Mandalorian.
Mm-hmm.
Now, do I believe your Wookiee friend is capable of ripping my arms off and beating me to death with them? Sure. Looks like a very capable person. Do I believe that that's going to help you have me walk inside that gate? Sure is not. Dead here on the halls in my own blood, beaten with my own arms, or standing at that gate, I'm not walking through it. So if you want to kill me here, then I guess I'm still not walking through that gate.
I'm gonna pull the
How
Wookiee
about
to
I
the
just pick
side.
you up and take you with?
I'm gonna
How
pull the
about I
Wookiee
pick
to
you
the
up?
side and tell him that when we get to the gate, he's gonna shove the mayor forward
I'm gonna pick
to
you up
make him
and
walk in
into
there.
the. I'll pick him up off his feet.
While this is happening, I grab the mayor by the shoulder and I just come close and I just say, "Let's go to the manor," and we all leave the building.
All right.
Okay. We
Alright.
walk into the manor.
We're at the gate.
Up to the gate of the manor.
So you walk out of the town hall, and as you walk out of the town hall, you see a group of armored individuals step in front of you. There are 6 of them. What would you like to do? They just stand there.
Do they currently have weapons on them?
Do they what?
Do they have any weapons on them?
Yes, they are holding guns. They're
Yeah.
holding blasters, excuse me.
Are they pointing them at us?
They are not.
Okay. Then we just walk by.
Yeah.
All 5
As
of
you
us.
take another step forward, they will point them at you. So as you step out of the door, they're there.
Okay.
You take another step forward, they all point them.
Are you still
mayor-
Are you still holding the mayor?
Me?
By the shoulder. Or no, who grabbed the mayor at the end?
You
did.
Yes, Toxic grabbed the mayor by the shoulder.
Let
and
the
forced
mayor
him
go
out
so
of
he
the
can
door.
show us the place, so we can get out of here.
Ain't that right, Mr. Mayor? As I hug him by the neck.
As soon as you hug him, as I said, there were 6. They spread around you now, kind of in an arc, instead of just right in front of you. They are still aiming their blasters at you. No one has spoken.
I look up to the man, the closest one to me, and I just ask him if there's a problem.
He doesn't say anything.
What are our chances
Okay.
of making it out live in this fight?
Who are you talking to?
The mayor.
No.
You don't ask that.
Maybe the
No,
mayor.
you don't ask that. You don't ask that.
Why not? I want to know
I
what my
go up
odds
to
are
the.
going in if I choose to fight. I want to know what my odds are to fight to get out of this.
Are you saying that? Are you saying
Hold
that
on,
aloud?
hold on.
I was
No,
just
hold
thinking.
on. Hold on a second.
I'm thinking it.
I go closer to the mayor and ask him, "This your friends, Mr. Mayor?"
We are a small town, but that doesn't mean that we're a poorly guarded town. Now, I did say I don't want to enter inside that mansion, and I did kindly several times ask you to allow me to simply walk you to the gate and let you go in, and it seems as though that was not a satisfactory answer for you. Well, I don't want to be forced to enter that manner. That is the choice I'm making right now. And again, you can kill me here, but I'm still not entering that manor.
What would you say to loaning us
Okay.
a few of your friends here to clear out the manor so that we can check it out, see if we still want to buy it?
I would have had quite an open and wonderful conversation with you about that before you threatened me, before you forced me out, and before you plotted to harm me and force me into that manor. But at this point, I
Now,
can say that I wouldn't be interested in any of our town guard accompanying you to that manor.
I'll tell you what, Mr. Mayor. Let's do something.
Now,
We can
I understand that we're
work
not the
together.
best of friends right now, but mayor is still fine. There's no need for the mister.
All right, Mayor. How about we just all peacefully walk up to the door, and you can wait by the gate. Just wait. You don't need to enter.
You know, that is a beautiful, original idea that you just came up with all on your own just right now. And I think that since you created such a beautiful idea, I sure would be inclined to go along with it.
Wonderful. Shall we?
The mayor, is your arm still around him?
No. I let go of him, pat him on the back, and I say, let's go.
The mayor will start walking forward, and as he starts walking forward, the soldiers will spread out, three on either side of you. Their rifles are still aimed, but no one has said anything to you. No one has, touched you. They've spread out now so that you guys can walk through.
Okay. Okay. So we just walk up to the manor then.
All right. The
Nobody has their
mayor,
consent.
once the mayor gets within sight of the manor, you will see his attitude and his pace slow down a lot. His pace slows down by a great deal as soon as he can see the manor. Now, that's the I'm sure you guys can see it. That's the manor, right? It's right there. It's right there in front of us. And you are free to explore it to your heart's content, and then come back and let me know if you'd be interested in purchasing this lovely manor. Again, just the love. I can't express enough how much love there is in this manor. But I'm sure you guys can make it the rest of the way from here. You got
No,
it from here.
I look back to the mayor and I ask him, "Well, mayor, how are we gonna enter? The door must be locked, correct? To prevent trespassing. We do not have a key."
It's an abandoned manor. I'm sure that you know what. Here, let me do you one better. I, as the representative for the city, do hereby grant you permission to enter the manor by whatever means necessary, and I am willing to replace at least one door or window on behalf of the city should you need to break one to enter. Or one door or window. Let's not get carried away. You gentlemen seem like you get carried away at times.
Fair enough.
Right, mayor.
That's fair. Yeah.
Now, I believe it would be rude of us to leave you standing by yourself in this big empty field. So how about my Wookiee friend here waits by you? Just
I
as good company. As good company, as good friendly company, while my bounty hunter friend and I go up to the manor.
I think that you are aware that I'm fairly well protected. I think I'll be okay.
Is there a back entrance
Alright.
to this place?
It does have a back door. The manor has a front and back door, but again, I don't have any means of entry. It's been abandoned the entire time I was mayor,
Fair
which
enough.
is coming up on 15 years. We will be having a beautiful celebration of my 15th mayoral anniversary in a couple of months, and you guys are more than invited. We're gonna throw even a parade, I believe big city folks call them.
Fair enough. I'm pulling the Wookiee to the side here. Wookiee, I need you to go around to the back side, the back door, because once we go in the front door, they may try to run out. And if they do, I need you to slow them down. I need you to stop them. Think you
Alright.
can do that?
Before we continue, before we continue, this is an important question. I look back to the mayor and ask him, "Now, mayor, you have assured us several times that this property is in fact empty. Now, once we enter and say, let's just say, there is people actually there. Now, if we were to encounter force or say have our lives put in danger, you would be okay with us defending ourselves, right?"
Now, sir, I think you should ask that question more straightforward and not beat around the bush. I too am a politician, so ask what you need to ask.
If there is somebody inside of that house that that you are not aware of, and the and if we need to defend ourselves, your armed patrols are not gonna do anything about it, right?
You know, I have a
Ah,
better way to put that actually.
all right.
If we happen
Let's
to
hear it.
find anyone in there that's not supposed to be there, we'll clear them out for you for a fee.
I have not authorized anyone to enter that home. So anyone who is there unauthorized. And I couldn't see why I would be upset at potential buyers making sure unauthorized persons are no longer in the home. In fact, I would say that should potential buyers ensure that this home is a beautiful and safe property that's never bothered by anyone else, I could see those potential buyers receiving a small discount on their property purchase.
Fair enough.
Wonderful, Mayor. Thank you.
That's fair.
Again, one door or window. Should these potential buyers find themselves damaging the home any further, that will be at their own expense.
Right.
All right. You want to
We
scout
walk
this
up to
out?
the
How do you
manor
want?
then.
How do you
Let's-
want to do this? You want to go through the door or the window?
So
Wait, but before
Before you
that,
get
we're
there,
still outside the
before-
gate, correct?
Yeah.
you're still outside the gate. Now, as you can see now that there's about a, what would I say? There's about 100-foot approach between the front gate and the front door. Between the gate and the door, there is randomly sparsed shrubbery, as well as a few statues. There's even an empty fountain that's not running. And then, of course, there's a sidewalk that goes straight from the gate to the front door. The mansion looks very out of place. It looks extremely old, and like a relic of the past amongst what you guys are used to seeing at this day and time.
How far is the back door from the front door?
The mansion itself, around the manor, excuse me, itself. Give me a second. Let me run that. So the manor itself is going to be in length. It's a square, so the manor itself is 100 feet on each side. around the
Okay.
outside, and that's aside from this large gate that is also blocking off the property.
So it's
So
gated
what you're looking at,
around the
it
whole part of it, or
so
is
you
it
have a
dilapidated,
no, the gate
the
goes
wall?
around the whole thing. The gate is not now, this isn't like a you're not looking at a large, oh, we're trying to keep people out gate. This is a very decorative kind of
Okay.
iron
Not
ish
like an
gate.
ingator. Yeah. Okay.
No, no, no. It's the gate is only about 4 feet tall. It would be very. You don't need
Okay.
to. You wouldn't even need to look for a particular door in the gate. You could climb over the gate. Any of you would easily be able to make it over the gate at any point that you chose.
Okay. So we don't have to physically, if the gate is locked, we don't have to physically break
No,
it. You just climb.
if the gate door, if the door to the gate itself is locked, you can climb over the fence at any point. It's a
Okay.
simple
All
decorative
right.
fence.
Okay. So what are we doing? Go. I'll go to the back door.
Yes. I tell before we go in, I tell my good Mandalorian friend to be lookout. That we should go in
So
one by one, in case something.
since you guys have not, it's been a while for some of you, and some of you haven't played at all. I will ask you, do you plan to approach stealthily? Now, walking up to the gate is very open, right? There's not a whole lot of stuff to hide behind. But once inside the gate, there are several things that you could try to sneak your way past. What is your planned approach?
I mean, stealth would be the preferable alternative, definitely. After all, it could be that these people that we are looking for are inside.
So,
In fact,
any
inside the building.
So,
anyone who is planning to stealth, I will need to make a stealth check.
so I think if you're gonna go stealth,
Yes.
um, I will go head on to do a simple knock check to see if there's anyone there while you're looking for an actual way in. Because if they're looking at me, I'm out in the open at the gate. I walk through the gate, they're looking for me. You might be able to stealth and hide check for a way in.
Well, I'll do a stealth check then, if that's the case.
All right, make me a stealth check.
Do you also need an athletics check for us to jump
No.
over the fence, or
No,
we're
it's
good
a
there?
it's a 4 foot it's a 4 foot fence. I'm gonna assume that trained
Oh, okay.
adventurers can make it over a 4 foot fence.
Okay, well, fine. Okay, so do I do a stealth check then, sir?
Yep. Give me a stealth roll.
Okay, sure thing. That is a wonderful roll because that is an 18, and according to my character sheet, I have a +6 in stealth.
All right.
Oh my
So
goodness,
you've
you
got a
do.
20.
Total
You've got a
24.
24. So Jed, you were
Wow.
walking right up to the front door.
Yep.
As you
I'm
get
gonna.
about,
What about me though? What do I do? Go to the
You
back.
go,
I
yeah,
don't
you're
know
going to the
what
you're
are
going
you
to the
doing?
back
Oh,
door, just waiting.
I'm a 7 foot. Get this, I'm a 7'2" tall Wookiee. Do I look like I'm gonna be sneaking to the back
So
door?
here's what
I
I'm
mean,
assuming, right? We're at the front gate. I'm sure they probably know we're there, right? They can see us from the front of the house. They're probably more concerned with us at the front than watching what's at the back. That's what I'm assuming. Would I be
the
correct?
handler will
And
the
here's the
handler will
thing.
ask you quickly. Excuse me. And what is it that you would like me to do?
Stand back. However, as it is that you're the owner of this staff that we're looking for, if you believe that you see an individual familiar to those who stole your staff, it would be appreciated if you could yell for us.
So, if you tell him that, you turn back around and start heading towards the gate. When you look back, you don't see him. Like you don't see the handler at all. Not like, oh, he's obscured or hiding behind something. You literally just do not see him anymore.
Okay, that is not concerning in the slightest.
We
That
don't
might
see
be.
him. We still see the mayor, but we don't see him. We've gone through the gate.
The mayor's walking back. Like you can see
Okay,
it's
okay.
it's not from a lack of visibility. The mayor's walking back. Easiest day to see.
Mhm.
But the handler is just gone. If you'd like to make a perception check, you can, but as it stands right now with your passives, the handler's gone.
All right, I'm not gonna worry about the handler.
Now,
So,
if
have you entered? So, has anyone entered the gate yet? I know that you've put your plans together, but
I
has
have.
anyone actually entered? So you've entered the gate. Jed, have you entered the gate?
Yes.
Okay. As you get about 60 feet from the door, you'll hear a female voice yell out at you. What do you need? Why are you here? If you look
No,
in
I'm
the
still
direction of the
concealed.
voice, you'll see a barrel of a blaster, like a rifle blaster, pointing out of a window at you.
Okay.
now logically speaking, since I am sneaking.
So you're sneaking, right? I didn't hear whether or not his sneak roll was successful.
He rolled the sneak roll.
Okay.
Yes, it was a 24. It's in fact successful.
Listen, I don't want any trouble. I was told this place was abandoned. I was actually looking to purchase it. I wanted to have a look around.
Well, someone told you wrong.
That someone
you
would
can
be
turn around and go.
That someone would be the mayor. I don't think you're supposed to be in there.
Well, the mayor is wrong.
Yeah, the
You
mayor
can
didn't
go.
give you authorization, and he said that if
Breach,
you were,
you're not
you could
here.
Yeah, Breach, you're definitely at the back
take
door.
care
You're
of
not here right now.
Yeah, Breach, you are not hearing this conversation at all. You are in the other
Yeah,
side
you're
of
on the
the
back
building.
Okay.
side. All
Oh,
right.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm in the back.
I don't care. I don't care what he told you.
All right. Well, why don't you show me around? Maybe I could buy the place from you.
I've showed you as much as I intend to show you, and that's the front end of this blaster. If you'd like to see how it fires, I can show you that too.
Fair enough. I don't want any trouble here.
Well, this is happening.
All right. Is he
Well,
sneaking?
this is happening. I'll walk up to a window.
What are you doing? So you are sneaking through, trying to work your way up to a window.
Yes.
Okay, so you've made it about halfway. I'm gonna need another stealth check. Like I said, you've got about 100-foot approach. I'm gonna need at least one more stealth check.
Okay, that is. It's another 18. Jesus Christ.
Okay.
I am great right now.
Wow.
Plus a 6, that's another 24.
Okay, so you are making your way up to the house. Hey, I know you didn't come alone. She's still talking to you, Jed. I know you didn't come alone. Where are your friends? Tell them leave too.
My friend did leave. There's no one else here with me. Do you see anyone else?
Don't play me for stupid. I saw you guys walking up.
Listen, you sound a lot smarter than a lot of these people here in the town. Why don't we work something out?
I gave you the deal. You saw the gun. You can see how it fires, or you can just turn around and walk away.
Fair enough.
Now, while this is happening, I've already made it up to the window, I am assuming.
Yes, you made it up to the mansion. There
Well,
are
that is
several
happening.
windows along the first floor that you could try to find your way in.
So if I'm at the front door or near the front door, how close am I then?
You are 60 feet away from the front door.
Can I see him sneaking?
You could choose to look out of your peripherals. If you're looking up at her, you will not see him, but you could choose to search for him.
I would prefer you're not doing that for
Well, I'll
logical
say,
reasons.
if I search for him, will that give away his position?
That we don't know.
That is a possibility. Let's try not to do that. Okay.
The possibility exists. Thus far, he's still
exists.
hidden.
What type of blaster is that you have there?
The type that shoots.
It looks fairly vintage.
Well, this is happening.
Are you sure it's gonna work?
Well, this is happening. I try the first window.
All right, hold 1 second.
Yes. Wait. This is like intermediate action.
All right, no, give me just a moment. Jed, hold on, let me pull your character sheet here. All right, the blaster bolt fires wide right of you, very wide right. Like it's a horrible shot. Fires very wide right, but it fires. Yeah, yeah, I'm sure.
Looks like it needs to be aligned or something. Or are you a
Listen,
little
I don't
shaky?
need it. I don't need advice from you. I just need you to turn around and leave.
Yeah, but I might be able to help you fix your blaster. Doesn't seem to work
Listen,
very well.
I don't need any help. I need you to go, and I'm not gonna ask you again.
Mr. Stealthy, where are you?
Okay. While
Big
this is
man
happening,
glasses.
I try to open the first window dead in front of me.
That window is locked. It is closed.
That's tough.
It doesn't budge.
Hmm.
How
Do
did
we,
you?
do we
Now,
wait? Do we have any kind of comms
if
with
I
each
were
other?
to
Like any
look
kind
at
of
it,
radio, anything?
You guys did not do any of that before you left. You
Yeah.
did not ask
Okay.
to buy comms. You did not establish whether or not you were linking up on the same, if you had comms linking up on the same wave or anything. You just,
Fair enough.
yep. Yeah. So I will say no, that you do not have comms with each other.
But you do have kits, remember, in your sheets.
You have
Yeah.
You,
different, you have lots of different
you
kits.
have
I
a,
don't,
yeah, you could use that. Like does Toxic have something in his loadout that
so
he can use to open
toxic.
that? I think he had a
Let's see.
security kit or
I mean, it's a window. I don't know what type of security. This is not
well,
a. So yes, we're
it's
not
not
talking about
Okay.
a.
So currently
Yeah.
I'm by
well, not
myself.
like a
Currently I'm
locked
standing by
thing.
myself when I'm
Yeah.
talking to her, right?
Yep.
One of my abilities is to channel the force.
Okay.
Is that going to help me? Do I need to roll to see if I can convince her to let me come towards the door?
Are you casting something to do
Right,
that?
that's what I'm checking. Where's casting under?
So what does channel the force do?
You know, on the character sheet it doesn't exactly say, but I know it said it in detail on
Oh,
the
here it
site.
is. You know how to channel the force to create a unique effect. You start with your choice of one from two such effects: cause harm or lend aid. Yeah, at third level, your guardian focus grants you so yeah, you have the ability to cause harm or lend aid based on channeling the force. Cause harm. As an action, you can expend a use of your channel the force to sap the life from a hostile creature you can see within 60 feet. That creature must make a constitution saving throw. On a failed save, the creature takes necrotic damage equal to your guardian level plus your charisma modifier. Lend aid. As a bonus action, you can expend a use of channel the force and touch a beast or humanoid within 5 feet of you. That creature regains hit points equal to your guardian level and your wisdom modifier. Alternatively, if the beast or humanoid is poisoned or diseased, you can neutralize the poison or disease. If more than one poison or disease afflicts the target, you neutralize one poison that you know is present, or you neutralize one at random. So that is what you currently have the ability to do. Did you select?
What about forecasting?
I don't
Wait,
see
before
a description.
we continue, y'all hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm listening.
Yeah.
I got disconnected briefly. I don't know. Yeah, no, wait. Did I get an answer on that window question? Because I do have a slicer skit.
The first window was locked.
Yes, the first window was locked, and a slicer's kit
indeed.
is not going to do anything for that window.
Yeah, slicer's only
You
for
are, again, that's
Okay,
why I said this house looks
This is
very,
old.
very out of place where you are. Yeah, it's not we're not talking
Okay.
heavy tech home. This is just a basic window in an extremely out of time home.
Okay.
What is forecasting? I'm pulling up the 5e site, but
Yeah, I have it up, and that's what I'm reading through now.
okay.
Forecasting. In your meditations of the force, you've learned powers, fragments of knowledge that imbue you with abiding force ability. That's force. That's tells you how you learn force powers. Is what it looks like. Your forecasting ability varies on the alignment of powers you cast. You use wisdom for light side powers, charisma for dark side powers, and wisdom or charisma for universal powers. Yeah, forecasting, it just means it's force casting, not forecasting. That we've been that's why I was reading
it's
it
on
wrong.
the.
It says force. Yep.
It
Force
does.
casting.
It does.
That is
Sorry,
just,
the print is very
yep,
small on the PDF.
it
I
is.
want to pull it
That's
back
just
on the
what
site.
that's just what grants you. I'm
Okay.
on the site now.
Okay.
That's just what grants
On
you
the
the
site,
ability to
yeah, I'm
cast
on the
force
site right now.
spells. So,
Forecasting. That's
yeah.
hilarious.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to decide if do I want to cause her harm or do I? Okay. So no, but I don't want to use my force abilities. The only reason I was thinking about using them because I'm by myself, right?
Okay. While he is thinking that, you said there were several windows by the area I'm standing on, correct?
I will say, so during this time that they have had this conversation, you would have had time to make it to the mansion, and I will say you have time to check at max 2 entrances.
Okay.
By the time, at the point where we are in the conversation, where she has now threatened him and said, leave or I start shooting, you would have had time to check 2 entrances.
Okay.
You checked
I
one
only
window that
asked
was
about
locked.
the first.
Yep, you asked about that one
Yes.
window. So you would have time to try to find a way to force that window open, break through that window, or try a different entrance. One of those, you got time for one more thing, one more action, essentially.
One more
I think
action,
I can
yes.
provoke her to shoot. Well, he won't know though. If I can provoke her to shoot, can he hear her?
Yeah, absolutely.
So if he can hear her,
I'm assuming
maybe
I can.
I'm thinking I can
Yes.
provoke her to shoot again, even though it's wide right. She won't hit me, but it might give him enough time to break the window.
Yeah, we try that. I think.
Listen, I hear one of your
Yeah, I
buddies
think like
is
that would be
injured.
okay.
Maybe I could help him out.
So as soon as you say that, everyone roll initiative.
Roll initiative.
Yes.
Okay.
So on your sheet, you'll see near the top. Let's see. Let's find Trogren. So at the top of the character sheet, you'll see initiative. Yours actually says -1. It's right under your description and everything.
I see it.
So you see, yep. So you roll initiative is how we enter combat. So you would roll a d20. Whatever you get on that, you take 1 from it, and that number determines the combat order. So right now,
13.
Okay, so Jed does that, correct?
all of you we are now in initiative.
So I rolled a 13, which makes me a 12 then.
Okay.
Yep. We have now entered a point where we are going to be moving through initiative order. So, like I said, you have time to.
I'm assuming.
You had time to check one other window if you would like.
Do you want to check that window?
But beyond that,
check the
we're
window
moving
next to
into
me.
initiative.
Yeah,
You
I
check
checked
the next window. That window is
Yeah,
open.
It's
yes.
what?
That window is open.
That window is open.
Yep.
I go in immediately.
right. We're in initiative now. So you
And
have
also, I have
entered
my initiative.
Hold on. Let me.
Have they heard the blaster go? What?
I assume Breach would have
Go
heard
back
the
there?
blast.
Yeah.
You heard
it.
one
You stay.
blaster.
You stay where you are. Well.
You heard one blaster shot. Hold
Yeah.
on. Let me get this initiative stuff.
Since we don't have comms, I don't know what to do. So
Yeah.
I'd probably break through the back door.
All right.
Sounds
So
about right.
we've got.
Let's have you roll first then.
So Togren, you rolled what? Or you have what? You have 12.
12.
Right?
Yeah.
All right. Toxic.
Togrim.
What do you got? Togrim. Yes.
I
it does
got a
say.
21. I rolled a 17 plus a 4.
All right. So Toxic has a 21. Breach, what do you got?
I got rolled a 9,
All right.
and I got a +1 initiative. So
All right. You'll still go after
Oh
Jay.
god, I'm the highest then.
All right. So now that we are in initiative, any movement, any actions, anything like that takes place in initiative order. So the order is currently Toxic, Bandits, Jed, Breach. I'm not going to roll separate initiative for all 4 bandits. They're going to move as one unit.
Fair
So
enough.
Toxic, Bandits, Jed, Breach. That is the current order we're moving in. For the purposes of D&D, 1 round takes 6 seconds. So that's essentially 6 seconds of you doing an activity. And for action economy, what we talk about in D&D, you have movement, you have action, you have bonus action. So you don't have to do it in that order, but those are the 3 things that you're doing. You could move 5 feet, take an action, move another 15 feet, take your bonus action, and then move the rest of your movement, right? Depending on how much you have. But that's what we're now talking about. When it comes to swapping weapons, I am not going to make you use an action to swap weapons. I don't care. It's not fun. It's annoying. So if you have a pistol out and you want to swap to a sword or a saber, fine. You swap. That's a free action. Talking is a free action. However, that person won't be able to respond until their turn. So while it is free, Toxic, for you to say, hey, I think I'm going to XYZ, if Jed thought he had a better idea, he will not be able to respond to you and tell you he has a better idea until his turn. So you won't have that information when you are taking your own actions. Okay?
Okay. Yep.
Okay.
Cool.
Now, question before we proceed. I said that I went into the open window. I said that before I told you my initiative.
No, you're in. That happened. You're inside.
Okay.
You are right inside the window. You are now in the manor inside the window.
Okay. What do I see in front of me?
So in front of you, you see a set of really fancy staircase that goes up. It goes up in the middle and splits off to 2 sides above you. You can't tell, obviously, where that's going. There is nothing else down here. It is just open, empty, abandoned space. Nothing is down here. No one is down here that you can see.
Okay, yeah, that was my question. And because you said where they were aiming at Jed from.
She's upstairs. Correct? Yep.
Oh, you didn't say. Okay, yeah.
No, I did. I said she was upstairs. She aimed at him from an upstairs window.
Yeah.
Yep. And now, so Jed, the other thing is, D&D typically occurs as far as actions in 5-foot increments, right? Mm-hmm. If you are within 5 feet, like being next to a character, if you look at a weapon that says has a reach of 5 feet, you would be right next to them, right? We typically talk about movement in 5-foot blocks. So currently, with your movement, you have a base movement speed of 30 feet. So on your action for movement, you could get halfway closer to the house than what you are right now. Mm-hmm. You also have the option to dash. Now, dashing typically means that you are going to expend your action now to move. So that would mean that you moved as part of your movement, and then as your action, you took movement as well. That would allow you to move 60 feet, put you at the door. But obviously, you have ways to attack from afar, so you don't have to do that.
Right.
But just for the sake of, if you're trying to understand how to utilize your abilities and whatnot, that's where you are. I do not see what you have as far as bonus actions. Well, it did say here, like the lend aid. That's something you could do as a bonus action if you want to lend aid to someone. Things like that. Right. So you have bonus actions currently, but not a whole lot.
So if I want to cast harm to her before she shoots again, or if I want to cast...
So casting is always an action in and of itself. So as you get to higher levels, there are some of your characters who will get a second attack action or a second attack as part of their action. That means you could melee attack or range attack twice. However, casting a spell is always the entire action by itself. So
instead of being able to move, I would only cast from where I am.
No, movement is separate.
Okay.
You would still be able to move, but your entire action. So movement, action, bonus action. The entirety of your action will be taken up by casting a spell. So you wouldn't be able to attack with a blade and cast a spell.
Oh,
if you cast a spell, that's your whole action.
Gotcha. But if I wanted to shoot with, say, my light pistol, that's one action by itself too, or?
So currently, At this level, it doesn't matter. The difference is non-existent because you only have one attack. If you were like level 5, I think typically is when you get a second attack. It'll start to matter more there. At this level, it's not relevant. It's you pretty much can do one thing during your action. You could shoot your pistol, you could stab with your vibro saber, right, so on and so forth.
Okay.
And then you have that. I don't see it up here, but you do have that modified weapon.
Yeah, it is. Hold on, let me find it. Wait, I don't even see it on this. I'm gonna have to pull up the. I think I sent it to you in like actual words.
Yeah, but when we discussed it, it was just a
'Cause
weapon that had the.
Cause remember I changed it from. Hold on. Let me see it on here. I see the vibro saber. I see the pistol.
I thought we agreed that it would function as a lightsaber with vibro daggers on the side, right?
I believe so. But shoot, I hate that this PDF didn't really capture everything.
Yeah, it's a little annoying.
Yeah.
All right, we just got Breach waiting at the back, so go ahead and do your thing, Toxic. We'll figure it out.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, go in. There's stairs. Can I know how far away the stairs are?
The stairs are. You could, with your movement, they're 30 feet away. You could get to the base of the stairs.
Okay, to the base of the stairs. Now, if I look up, is there part of the railing of the stairs? You said that they divide into 2 sections.
Yep. If you look up, so from the base of the stairs, if you turned your back to the stairs and looked up, because the stairs wrap almost like a U-turn on either side to go upstairs. You could see that railing. You could not see over into the loft. You can see enough to see that no one is looking down at you from the railing, and no one is at the top of either stair that you can see. Like there's nobody in plain sight in those places.
There we go. Okay.
Can I jump up to the railing? Is it far away? Is it too far away? Is it more than 30 feet?
So because of the fact that you use the entirety of your movement, if you want to take your action to try to jump up to the railing, you could, but that would then expend your action. I wouldn't leave you hanging there, right? I would allow you to expend your action to jump up and climb over the railing should you make it, but that would then be it.
No. Then I use my movement action to make it to the base of the stairs.
Okay.
From the base of the stairs, I don't get to see the attacker that is looking at Jet, correct?
No, you definitely cannot, because you know that she was hanging out of the front window, which is what you just climbed in essentially under. You just climbed in right under her. So then you went 30 feet away from her. So no, you can't see her anymore.
Okay. I get an action and then a bonus action, correct?
That is correct. It doesn't have to be in that order, right? If you had a bonus action ability that you want to use first, that's fine. The order doesn't matter, but yes, you have left in action and a bonus action.
The problem is I don't see direct description of abilities.
Yeah, I'm not seeing where you guys
problem.
I'm not seeing where your bonus actions are listed either. Like I see your actions. Like you have your double saber and your blaster pistol, right? Those are 2 weapons you have.
Yeah, I have 2 blaster pistols and a double bladed lightsaber, if I'm correct.
Yep,
yes.
That's what I see.
A double saber and 2 blaster pistols, but that's it. I don't see. I see the attack range and damage that do each of the pistols, and what do I need to roll?
Let me see if I log in if my stuff will pull up.
Hold on.
I'm gonna be like cold and have everything be deleted, but like
my stuff was still here when I logged in. John. He's still here.
Characters.
It's troublesome.
Yeah, I don't see any bonus actions that you have. You have the ability to cast some spells, right? Didn't you? You're a force caster, aren't you, or no?
Yes, because I'm force caster.
Yeah, I see it. Force casting. Yeah. But I don't see any of your spells up here. Any of your force spells.
And neither do I, and that is troublesome because
Should have some.
Um, exactly, and I'm pretty sure we made those.
Yep, we went through all of that.
Character creator.
Yeah. We did.
Oh no.
This is a
I
problem.
don't think. I think
Actually.
mine
This
is
is a pretty
gone.
big problem.
Oh
I
no.
think my character's gone.
See, I've got Bishan Uoda Kuomo up here. He's a Chiss engineer.
Mm-hmm. I wonder if I load it in though, will it pull up everything? Because you know how we can upload the PDF.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay, let me see. Hold on. Log in. Maybe I logged in with the wrong account. Maybe that's what I did. Hold on. Let me log out and log in again. Shoot.
Oh wait.
Um.
Wait, hold on. I think I found it.
Oh, there it is. Never mind.
Um,
Oh shit.
this is. Okay, no, this is roles. Proficiency bonuses, initiatives. Correspondence.
Ah, I got it. It was a different account. Okay.
Oh, I found them. I found them. I found the abilities that I can use.
Okay.
Okay, I could either use agile defense. It's agile defense. It's a bonus action. As part of the action of casting the spellword, you take the dodge action. Battle precognition.
That's right. I started with a. It's not the trident. I thought I removed that part, but it is a hybrid of a vibro dagger and lightsaber.
Yes. So we agreed that
I
you
see
could.
the problem.
The sides are the vibro daggers, and the tip is the lightsaber.
Yeah.
And that if you were making, I think if there's some abilities that allow you to make a second attack with, in the same way the double saber would allow you to attack with one side and then bonus action attack with the other side without like some of the benefits of it. We agreed that you could do that with your thing, where whichever one you attack with first would get the bonus, and then you could attack with one other weapon. So you could do 2 vibro dagger attacks. Vibro dagger, lightsaber, vibro dagger, however you want. But you could get 2 attacks out of the weapon, essentially, because one would be a slash up, maybe right, and the other a slash down or something like that.
And you're right, it does have the darts. The range of the darts is 2060, so not very far.
So what that slash means, so if you see 20/60, that means that up to 20 feet, you can throw those darts just fine. Beyond 20 feet, up to 60 feet, so between 20 and 60, you throw it, but you have disadvantage. Disadvantage means that you roll 2 d20s and you take the lower number.
Gotcha.
Beyond 60 feet, it doesn't make it at all. So if you want to throw your darts at 50 feet, right, you roll 2 d20s. If one says you got 19, but the other says 10, you got to take the 10 because that's disadvantage.
Okay.
Also, yeah, I have found the abilities that we're able to cast, as well as what kind of action they take. Okay. I suppose. I suppose. What do I cast in this moment? I still have my action.
So has Toxic made it upstairs?
And my
Toxic is at the base of
I
the
have-
stairs.
Oh.
yes. Then you know what? Okay, wait, hold on. You make a person desire creature within range now. Okay, now. Yes, I'm going to use my action. No. So here's the thing, though. If I were to jump up to the stairs, if I were to do that, would that count as a bonus action or as an action?
That's your action.
That is my action. Okay. Then.
Now, again, as I said, I would allow you as part of that entire action. It would not just be jumping and grabbing the ledge. I would allow you as part of that action, should you make it, to have climbed over and actually be there. But understand that whatever people you do or don't see, once you climb up there,
Yes,
you're in the open. You don't have any other things to move, to hide, to anything. But that is up to you.
I do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna jump up to the railing.
Okay. Make me
What?
let me see. What are we gonna do here? Make me an actually I think D&D already has rules for a high jump. Hold on. Let me look that up real quick.
I think it's acrobatics, but don't quote me on that one.
Jumping D&D 5. No, I'm there is something that tells you about like how okay, high jump. Here we go. So there's a high jump. There are jumping rules that already exist in D&D without that. High jump. When you make a high jump, you leap into the air a number of feet equal to 3 plus your strength modifier if you move at least 10 foot on feet immediately before the jump. When you make a standing high jump, you can jump only half that distance. Either way, each foot you clear on the jump costs a foot of movement. In some circumstances, okay, cool. So your normal jump is 3. You've already moved 30 feet, so you would get the max jump, but that jump would be 3 plus your strength. So that would be 4 feet into the. And I'm so when I'm reading this, what I'm assuming is you start off at the ground at 0 and you jump. So literally, you leave the ground 4 feet high, accounting for your height, right, and all that. You should be able to grab the banister, but I will let you make an athletics check to make sure.
Okay.
So it would be athletics,
And
not acrobatics.
athletics. Okay,
Yep.
wonderful. So I'm going to do an athletics. Give him a harrow. Okay, that is not the best. That is not the worst.
I realize
That
we're
would
just.
be an 11 total.
I realize we're just getting
Huh?
started. It's gonna take us a while to like learn to use this stuff. Maybe it'll get
Oh,
quicker,
yeah.
but it feels like the Chimera and Arc, where everything is paused while we figure stuff out.
Yes.
Because
Yeah,
Breach
I
is just
wasn't,
waiting at the back
and that's
door.
yeah, that's another thing. I don't want to go all night, but I did want to get each of you through at least one round of combat, so you see
Yeah,
what that feels
yeah,
like.
I like
We'll
that.
pick up in round 2
Yes.
as soon as it's over.
All
All right,
right.
so 11. You said you got an 11.
Yes. 11 total.
All right, that's good enough. You would. All right, so you climb through the window, and that is
Yes.
when she, essentially made her threats and said, "Hey, it's about to pop off." So as soon as you climb through the window, action starts. You run 30 feet to the base of the stairs, and you make a leap up into the air. As you start pulling yourself up over this banister, you will see about, I would say, how big did I make this stuff? I would say you have about a 10 foot, there's like a 10-foot wide hallway that runs parallel to the banister, and you see 4 room doors in front of you along the front of the house, right? Because you're now facing the front. You're kind of basically in the middle where Jed was. So there's 2 room doors over to your right, 2 room doors over to your left. I would say that it would not be hard for you to know that since she came out where she came out of, that you would guess that it's one of the rooms that is presently to your right, that this person who was aiming the gun out the window is in one of those rooms. Right now, again, you still don't see anything, okay? However, you are standing in an open hallway, and there are 4 doors in front of you. And that is, unfortunately, where you are stuck, unless you have some type of bonus action that will help you in some way.
I had. No, that would help me. No.
Okay.
Hmm.
Do you want to take it? I mean, it's your bonus action. You can take it.
No, because to be honest, it's a movement. It's a defense. It's a defense ability, and that's the only one that I have that can do a bonus action. The rest of them are just actions.
Okay. So when we come back, we have left Toxic, and I'm taking notes on where you guys are, so that way I can make sure I have you.
Yes.
So round 1. And also, if there's ever a point where the theater of the mind doesn't work and you want to actually start seeing maps, I can start trying to figure that part out. But short of that, I was just going to play it like this. So next is the bandits. So Jed, she is looking out the window at
Mhm.
you.
Yep.
She is going to take another shot.
Yep.
Come on, pull up. Stupid how? All right, so she's shooting at you with her blaster. This time, she absolutely. Oh no, that's right. Nope. Hold on. Let me double check. Oh no, you're good. Yeah, she hits you. All
Mm.
right. So
Oh
she
damn.
hits. Yeah, she hits you. Let me find the right die for this. You will take. Scheisse.
We just lose Jet.
No, he only takes 6 points of damage.
Okay. Jesus Christ.
He's
Out
only
of-
got 10, doesn't
out
he?
of what?
Jesus Christ.
I think you have
Out of
12.
10.
I've
No,
got.
no,
I think
Togo.
I've
Yes,
Oh
got
10.
no.
You
Togrim.
have 10 hit
No,
points.
he's not 12.
Yeah.
He has
No, but
12.
remember his class. Yeah, he
Yeah,
has
Tokram
12.
has
Oh,
Tokram has 12.
he's
He has
12.
12.
Yes.
12, yeah.
Remember his
Yep.
class.
He has 12 hit
Yeah.
points.
Okay.
All right.
Jesus.
So that's again. There are, as far as you know, there are 4 bandits that are in this house. The first one just took a shot at you, Jed.
Yep.
Then you will see coming out of the front door the Togruta male. One Togruta male runs out of the front door at you. He obviously does not make it to you at all, but he comes out of the front door. He comes out maybe 10 feet, and then Toxic, you will see another woman come out of the room to your left, the first room to the left. She is visibly surprised to see you and is not even holding a weapon. And that is where the bandits are done.
Can you
Wait. So if
get a
if I
detail-
take damage, then I can't attack back. I'm confused.
Oh no, you can. I mean, it's not. You can attack back on your turn. Right?
Oh, it's
That's
not my
the
turn yet.
initiative.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah. So the current initiative order, I believe it is your turn now. Yep. So hold on, let me log that. We got. So, Jed, you see a woman still aiming a blaster out of the window at you. You've
Mhm.
now seen a man just come about 10 feet out the door. Toxic, you've seen a woman come out of one of the doors to the left, the first door to the left, shocked to see you, and that is all we have right now. So,
Look at me, I'm here.
Okay.
Hey, there he is. He figured it out.
Finally. Took a long one.
Hey.
Oh, it took 2 hours.
We're nearly about to end, I hope.
All right. So on me, what's
yep, it's now on you.
So with the hit, does that take away?
It doesn't
from
do anything to you.
to-
You're just nope. It doesn't take anything away from you. You still have all your abilities, all
Mhm.
your functions, all that good stuff. You're just you took some damage. That's all.
Okay.
You took quite a bit of damage, but
Fair enough.
so 50 feet away from you,
Mhm.
in front of you is a Togrutan male, still aiming out of this window at you. Is a human female with a blaster.
Mhm. If I cast, what is it? Give life? Can I give life to myself, or
You
is it just?
absolutely can. Nope, you absolutely can. You can touch yourself. I mean, it's a touch spell. I'm not being funny.
And it's
That's what it
instant.
says.
I'm reading it as instantaneous too, but like that's
It
gonna
is.
take my turn though, won't it?
It only takes your bonus action. Remember, Lend Aid says as a bonus action, you can expand the use of your channel to force and touch a beast or humanoid within
Okay.
5 feet of you. Regains hit points
I'm
equal
gonna
to your.
give life then to myself.
All right. So that will mean that you gain. So it's your guardian level, which is 1, plus your charisma modifier, which is 1. So you will get back 2 health.
Okay, fair enough.
All right. I'm trying to see if there's anything else. No, that's it. Yeah. So you get back 2 hit points. So
Okay.
you still have your movement and
Hmm.
you still have your action.
Now, do the castings count as movement, or are they just the bonus ones? I
The
don't.
castings count as your action. This action was a bonus action.
Yeah.
This one was a bonus action because it says you do it as a bonus action. The
Okay.
rest of your castings will count as an action unless there's
Okay.
something in the writing where it says it's a bonus action.
So I got hit. Is he charging me at the door?
He's just 10 feet in front. Like these are 6-second intervals. So
Yeah.
literally as you're about to move, he just got 10 feet out the door. So he's standing right there. He
Mm.
does look like he's going to charge you, though.
Mm. Okay. One action, range 60 feet.
Now, I don't want you to forget. I don't want to meta game, right? But
Mhm.
I know it's you guys' first time. I don't want you to forget you are on the sidewalk presently.
Mhm.
However, if you wanted to get something between you and the line of sight of this shooter, there are statues and bushes all around you. And just because she knows you're there doesn't mean she can hit you. You are still able to move left and right, right? You got full 3 dimensions to move around
Mhm.
to get something between you and her.
Okay. I have a battle insight.
Okay.
I'd like to use that.
All right. What does that do?
You can center your focus on a target within range. Through the force, you gain a brief insight into the target's defenses. On your next turn, you gain advantage on your first attack roll against the target, provided that this power hasn't ended. I'm not sure why it would
Okay.
end. The power benefits additional attacks at higher levels, 2 attacks at 5th level, and 3 attacks at 11th level, 4 attacks at 17th level.
This is a force ability.
Yeah.
Battle insight at will. This costs you an action. All right. So this only has a range of 30 feet. So in order to use this on either of them, you would have to get closer.
I
You're
thought he was
currently
10
about
feet, or he moved 10 feet closer. I thought he was 10 feet
he
away from me.
moved 10 feet. So
Okay,
he's
okay,
50
okay.
feet away from you.
Never
Right,
mind
yeah.
that one then. Let's. Hold on, let me look at my weapons. How strong would a force push be to push him back into the house? Has a range of 60
Is that
feet.
an ability that you have?
Yeah. Force push pull, 1 action, universal alignment, instantaneous. I can move medium or smaller objects. Not being worn or
Humanoids are
carried.
considered medium objects. So force push pull. You gain the minor ability. You can exert fine control on objects. Nope. Blah blah blah. You use the force to move a medium or smaller creature, and he's a medium creature.
Mm-hmm.
Or object not being a target must make a strength saving throw. An object automatically fails. Blah blah blah. On a failed save, the creature moves a number of feet in a direction of your choice based on its size. Small creature, a medium creature can only be moved 5 feet, so you do not have the ability to push him back into the house.
But if he's on the porch, right? Is he still on the porch?
So you have the ability. No, he's. I mean, there's not really a porch-ish. It's a front door.
Yeah.
But essentially, remember I said he came out 10 feet.
Mm-hmm.
So you have the ability to push him backwards 5 feet, and
Or to the left or right.
Or to left or right. Yes.
I want to throw him in the bushes.
Okay.
To the left. Do I need to roll for that?
No, he has to roll. So he has to roll a dexterity saving throw. Wait. No, a strength saving throw. So he has to roll a strength saving throw. And I'm trying to see what your strength save is. It's normally like this
saving
is a
throw
universal.
is +4.
No.
That's not a
for you to
constitution?
make a strength.
Oh, okay.
No, that's for you to make a strength saving throw. I'm trying to see what your saving throw is. It equals your universal force save DC. I need your save DC, which I'm not seeing. Do you see anything up there that says save DC on your sheet? Give life force. Oh, it looks like it's a 12. Never mind. I'm seeing it down here on your thing.
Hmm.
Yeah. I see your save DCs.
Wouldn't it be a saving throw?
I'm making the saving throw, not him, because the enemy is being
Okay.
pushed. So I'm making a saving throw, and it's a
Yeah,
12.
You're right.
Okay, he fails. So
Who failed? I
he is
failed or he
thrown.
failed? Oh, he gets thrown because he failed. He rolled and he
Failed to
failed.
save. Yes, he's
Gotcha.
thrown into the bushes. Now it does say if at the end of the movement the creature or object strikes another creature or object, it must make a dex save. On a failed save, they both take 1d4 kinetic damage. I'm gonna say the bush. Fuck it, make the save. He'll make the save. Let's see. He fails that as well. So now you roll 1d4, and he will take that much damage.
D4.
Yes.
Okay. 2.
All right. So he took 2 damage.
All right. Now what?
So I will also tell you that looking at him, when he just took that 2 damage, he don't look good. Like, you threw him into the bush. It must have been a thorn. It must have been a rose bush.
Oh
or something.
damn, that's crazy.
Man, he don't look good. He don't look great.
Mhm.
All right, he's already not feeling it. Now that was your action. You still have your full movement. You've used your action and bonus action, so you still have your full movement available to you.
Movement.
Now that being said, because you already used your action, you don't have the ability to physically stealth. Like you don't have the ability to actually hide from them.
I'm
You
fine
do
with
have
that.
the ability to put something between you and her so that her shots are more difficult.
Mm-hmm. Put something, as in
like run behind a statue,
a tree,
go
a
run
statue, or something.
something like that. You do have the
Yeah.
ability to make it harder for her to hit you. As I
Alright.
said, there are statues, there's a
Opposite
defunct
of-
fountain, all that good stuff.
Opposite of, is there a tree in the yard or anything?
There plenty of tree. If you want to find a tree in the yard,
Sure,
you
I'll
could-
find a tree to
there's
hide behind opposite of the way I threw him.
Okay, so you said you threw him to the right.
To the
Now-
left. I threw him to the left.
Okay, you threw him. So frame of reference. I might not have done a good job. So you were on the sidewalk facing the door.
Mm-hmm.
So where you're facing, she's shooting you from the left, right? She was at a window
Right.
directly on the second floor left side.
Mm-hmm.
You threw him in that same direction as she is into a bush.
Yep.
And now you're running right to
Yep.
to get behind a tree so that she can't hit you. Is
Exactly.
that correct?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So good. So that's what you're doing. You are now, I'll say you moved about 20 feet. And you got, you can choose to be facing the tree and trying to peek around it or back to the tree, but there's a tree between you and her.
So I'm peeking to see whether or not I can get an angle on her
Okay.
or, yeah.
I mean, I would say that you have spent enough
Or
time
to see
in
how much she
combat.
could see me. Yeah.
Yeah, you spent enough time in combat that you would know that you are fairly well hidden.
Okay.
Right, you've seen this kind of rifle that she's using. I mean,
Yep.
You're a Mandalorian. I would say you're well versed enough in weapons to know that she shouldn't be able to shoot through the tree,
Right.
and you should be fairly protected.
Mm-hmm. And I just knocked
Alright.
out her homeboy.
Yep, he is prone currently, and he's hurt pretty bad.
Okay.
All right, now Breach, we're at you. You are at the. I will say throughout all this time, you managed to move up enough to actually be at the back door, not
Mhm.
just at the back gate.
Okay.
We're not gonna have you waste 2 rounds trying to get to the door itself. So Breach, you are at the back door.
At the back door. Okay. Is the back door currently locked at all, or
Nope, the back door is not locked.
do I walk in?
They did give us
Okay.
permission to break one door. That's what I figured he'd do when he heard the shots.
Yeah.
Yeah, can
So-
I break the door? Yeah.
I mean, you can choose to break the
I-
door, but it is unlocked
don't.
as you
Yeah,
just discovered.
okay.
I'm just gonna
Yeah.
open the door and walk in.
Yeah. I will say you'll notice when you go to turn this lock. So, we're here now. It's already passed. When Toxic went to go in the window, it's not that the window was locked. This is an old, very dilapidated home. It was just rusted shut. It was just stuck.
Gotcha.
Yeah, not locked at all. He just could not. If he had tried or made a strength check to try to open it, probably would have been able to open it. But he moved on to the next window, which happened to be open. Same thing, Breach. This door isn't locked. That's why when you ask the mayor for keys, fucking what key? It's an old ass house. It's not locked. Nothing's locked.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
walk,
Yeah.
you walk into the back door, and as you walk in the door, you are in the kitchen now. you're in a kitchen, and you can see that it's a beautiful kitchen, very well laid kitchen. And there are two doors out of the kitchen, basically on either side. You're kind of in the middle at this point, so you can go about, I would say, 15 feet in either direction to get through a door.
I'll take the left door.
Okay. So you come through the door that is to your left. As you come through that door, you are now at the base of the stairs as well. So you've still got about 15 feet of movement left. I would say with that 15 feet of movement, man, it's stairs. You could get to the top of either side of the stairs.
I'll go to the top of the stairs then.
Okay. So again, when you get to those stairs, the stairs, as you're facing the stairs now, they split left or right. Would you go left or right on those stairs? They both go
Right,
to the
I
same
guess.
kind of open banister, but right, it
Yeah, we'll go
tells.
right.
Okay, so you go up the right side of the stairs. As soon as you get to the top of those stairs, you will see right in front of you a human woman who looks like she just came out of the door. And to your right, you will see Toxic, who is kind of right at the edge of the banister up there. So Toxic is to your right. He's about 15 feet over. And then 10 feet in front of you is a human woman.
Hmm.
We both see
She
the
does
same
not
woman,
have any.
correct?
She's not armed. Yeah, you're both looking at the same woman.
Okay.
She's not armed currently.
Hmm.
She is. How about she doesn't have anything in her hands? I'm not gonna say she's not armed. That's misleading. She doesn't have anything in her hands.
Fair
She
enough.
currently doesn't have a weapon in hand.
Yeah, she wasn't expecting to see. She wasn't expecting to have to be in combat.
Oh,
Okay.
also, as you would have come up those stairs, you'll see now the front door is open. The guy who would have
The guy ran out.
would have
Yeah.
seen is now gone, but you
Mhm.
see the open front door. But you are at the top of the stairs. Again, Toxic about 15 feet to your right. This woman 10 feet in front of you.
Wait, I have a question
do
before
I
we
do?
continue.
Okay, go ahead.
Quick question before we continue. The at will force powers. How are we treating those?
At will. The reason they're at will is because you don't have to use a they're not leveled, so you don't use any of your casting points. That's why they're at will. They're not at will as far as in combat. You can just do them whenever you want. If you click on them, you'll see that they still say it takes an action or a bonus action or whatever casting time it takes. They essentially work like cantrips in D&D, so they don't cost a spell slot, or in your case a force slot. That's why it's at will. You can never run out of it, but it still has an action economy associated with it.
We're assuming that we can use the force powers at will. Just the at will ones. We
no,
know
that's-
those. Or are we
No,
gonna treat
you
that?
should. Whatever force powers you have, you know that you have them. You can cast them when it says at will. What I'm saying is there you don't have a limit. So you have a certain number of. So let's talk about D&D. You have a certain number of level 3 spell slots. I cannot just cast fireballs all day long until I run out. However, firebolt
Yeah, no.
is at will, so I can cast that literally every round and never run out of that resource. So when it says at
Yeah,
will, it means that
exactly.
you have an infinite resource for that casting. So like force push is at will. There's no way that an avid force user runs out of the strength to make a force push. He can do as much as he wants. But something like give life, right? That expends energy. So you can't just do that as much as
Yeah,
you
exactly.
want. Yep. That's what the at
I
will
was
means.
asking mainly because you know what? Yeah, because you know what? I realized that I don't have any at will force castings. But let's finish with Rachel. We'll figure that out. Yeah, because I'm noticing
Okay.
that.
All right. So Breach, you
Let's finish
have
with Breach and we'll see that.
you've expended all of your. You have 30 feet of movement, right? Isn't that what your movement is, or do you have more?
Yeah, 30 feet. Yeah.
Okay, so you've expended all your movement to get to the top of the stairs. 10 feet away from you now is this woman. What do you do?
Well, since he can't understand me, because I don't speak
Oh, you
the
don't speak common.
language.
You don't speak common
I
at all.
don't speak. I don't speak my. What does it say?
Galactic Basic. I thought you had Galactic Basic.
No, it says languages says I speak, read, and write Cherwook. but I can
Tree Wolf.
understand spoken and written galactic base, but your vocal cords do not allow you to speak it.
I
Oh
was
So I
gonna ask
shit!
understand
that
it.
earlier.
I
Yeah,
just
I
can't
was
Oh
speak it.
gonna
sh-
ask that earlier. You
yeah.
know, I was gonna ask that because
Yeah.
he's a
So
Wookiee.
I just
What
speak
tells us
whatever
that
I
we
speak
can
Wookiee.
understand
I am
him?
a
I have
Wookiee.
Oh
I
my
have
god.
language though, something. Uh,
No, no. I mean, you have languages,
Languages,
but
I only
if you
have
didn't
Galactic
choose, if you
Basic.
didn't choose Shriwook, then you still can't understand him.
hold on, I can't remember what it
Yeah,
was.
exactly. For example, I
But
haven't
I can
understand.
understand
That's
them.
why I haven't.
But I can
Yeah,
understand them. So I can
yeah,
understand them, but
absolutely.
they can't understand me. So if they give me a command, I can probably
Yeah, the only language I have for you in here is
understand what to
Galactic
do.
Basic, Jed.
Yeah,
Oh
I
yeah,
know
it
how
says
to
I can
I
read and
understand it.
write Galactic Basic and Togruti. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
So
Cool.
nobody understands what I can say.
Yep.
Yeah,
I
we don't
would. I
understand
would.
what
He
he's
understood
saying.
me. I gave him a thing to go and do, so he understood
Yes.
that part at
I
least.
would also.
I understand written and spoken galactic base. I just can't
I would
speak it.
also
Gotcha.
offer. Just now, this isn't in the game. However, let's talk about it real quick. We can take a couple seconds. In Star Wars world, while the Force sensitives may not speak other languages
Hmm.
because of their attunement to the Force, they can understand.
Yes.
I would say the emotions, but they can kind of understand the gist. They
Yeah.
can get the insight to what the person needs. I don't
Hmm.
know that he said pick up the red ball in the corner, but I can understand that he has a need for something and he wants me to get something for him. Like you can understand they have enough insight and connection to the Force to understand that.
Yeah.
Would that be accurate?
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
because I was thinking, for
so I'll
example,
say that when it
because
comes
not
to
people
Breach,
would.
when it comes to Shriwook, you're right. That Tokrim and Dex do not understand exactly what he's saying, but you can
We
make
get the
out some
idea.
idea
Yeah.
of right the implied, okay, hey, I need you to rip his arms off. No, I'm not gonna do that. You can understand that he's telling you no. You can get that,
Hmm.
you can gather that much information. Okay?
Yep.
So what do you do, Breach? This woman cannot understand you. She's not a force sensitive. For
She
her,
doesn't
you're just
understand me.
She's
So
you
just
just be
terrified to see a
growling.
Wookiee at this point.
Yep. She already looked terrified because she came out and saw Toxic and did not expect to see anyone there.
Yep.
She obviously has no weapons in her hand.
And he's hanging off the
Um,
balcony.
no,
The
Toxic's up.
banister. Oh, he's
Toxic's
up.
no,
Okay.
no, Toxic. Yeah, no. I wouldn't do that to him. That's horrible. That's a horrible place to leave a character just hanging on the banister. I wouldn't do that to you.
Yeah, no,
So
I'm in the
he
hallway. I'm standing in the hallway.
he is standing, but
yeah,
now she also sees a Wookiee who just ran up the stairs. So
Crazy.
she's got Toxic and a Wookiee, and she's like, "All right, well, that's my life." So yeah, what do you
That'd be
do, Breach?
terrifying.
What do you do?
what do I do? What's my action phase?
Yep,
Oh god.
you have actions now. So
What?
currently you have you do have this blaster carbine that you could shoot
Mhm.
this little lady with if you'd like.
Shoot her.
Shoot her!
He could. Toxic could yell
Shoot!
that out. I guess he's right there.
He could
Well,
not till his
you
turn.
Not till his
potentially know
turn
that
though.
these
Yeah,
Yeah.
guys
no, I'm
might
just
be.
standing.
I'm one of these guys that shoots first, asks questions later. So
Oh
we'll see.
All
boy.
right. Well, then you
Oh
in
God,
this
this
case,
poor
in this
woman.
case, you are the first. You're the first person to make an attack roll on team. So your blaster carbine has +3 to your attack because you're proficient. So you roll a d20, add 3 to whatever your roll is, and then I tell you whether or not you made it past her
Sorry.
armor to hit her. So
Hmm.
that's what we start.
Let's see.
A D20, right?
Yep, d20.
All right. So I rolled a 13, so that's plus three.
Plus
That's
3. Yeah, you hit the fuck out of that hoe. You hit her. All right. So
Yeah, yeah.
now,
She's
now
dead,
here's
Jim.
the
Floor
She's
now.
dead, Jim.
Here's the problem. Here's the problem. Now you roll for damage. Your damage is 1d6 plus 1. So you roll a d6 and add 1 to that, and I'll tell you what she looks like.
Ooh, 5. I bluff.
She's
Six.
okay. All right. So you rolled a 5.
Oh. Yeah. No, 4 plus the
You
1.
rolled a
right?
4
So the-
plus 1.
Okay.
Okay. So here's what
She,
happens.
she ain't gonna be in Rush Hour 3.
You run up the stairs, you see this woman, and without asking any questions, you basically hip fire this girl. That blaster carbine. Let's see. We're gonna roll this. Let's see what
Oh
happens.
god.
Oh god.
He a menace
She's gonna
already. I love it.
ragdoll.
I
That
love it.
blaster carbine,
How
right?
to what
It
was that
packs
said?
enough. It packs enough force. This is a human woman. She's not any type of
Is she wearing?
special anything.
Yeah, but is she wearing armor though? You said
She is
she's
not.
wearing armor.
You saw
Oh.
in the video that she had on a
She's
cloak.
wearing like a
You saw that
robe.
they had on the
Yeah,
Oh,
they got
cloak.
on robes.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think I
This
deleted her.
woman,
Did I?
this woman, she's not dead. Okay, she's not dead, but I am gonna tell you that she's fucked up. You shot her, she got blasted back into a wall. Like she's kind of like slumped on a wall,
Ragdoll
sitting on the
physics.
floor right now. Like she's hurt.
She
She's
got
hurting,
blasted like she got
okay?
hit by Oryx. Like
I'm gonna tell you right now. She looks like if you walked up to her and dropped the carbine on top of her head, that'd be the end of it, right? She'd be done. She looks
Dang,
hanging on by a
bro.
thread there. Is that what you're
Yes.
saying?
Nasty.
a thread,
Wow.
a thread. Okay, so
One
that's
H-
what we're
she's
gonna
one
call
HP in
it.
a dream.
That's what we're gonna call it. We're gonna stop there,
Yeah.
and we will pick up combat next session.
Cool. That was
All right. I hope everybody
Okay,
had fun.
What a
we gotta talk
cliffhanger.
about- we
What a
gotta talk about
cliffhanger,
the
'cause
Atwell-
goddamn.
the Atwell problems.
Also, let's understand. Let's think about some real life shit. If you go into town, you do not grab the mayor by his collar and say
Hey.
you are going to do this. Why would y'all do that? Why do you attack
Big ass balls.
the mayor?
He's got big
Brother
ass
in
balls.
Christ, I am in the dark side. I am a Sith. I don't have patience.
Okay,
I'm
you say
traumatized.
that.
I'm
No,
like, we
no.
moving.
You say that. But how long did Darth Bane build his plan in order to finally take back over and rule? How many generations of Sith Lords
Lord
were between
Christ.
Bane establishing the rule of two and Sidious actually winning? You say you don't have patience, but for the accomplishment of a goal, the Sith have patience.
All right.
It is what it is.
I mean,
Mhm.
we're here now. It's already
We're here
happened.
now. Yeah.
You already,
Yeah, it's already
It
happened.
is what it is. Yeah. I ain't worried about the mayor.
I want
Yeah.
to know.
We got right into it.
I ain't worried about the mayor.
He ain't wasting no time.
I'm being the organization anyway. He gonna do what I say. I don't care.
He said, I put my hand on his shoulder and I say, you going. I likes you.
And I won't shit.
We can do this the easy way. We can do this the highway. The choice is yours.
And I won't.
This man said, I'm inside the town hall in the middle of town, and I said, fuck you, mayor. You coming with me. Big dog. Hey, big dog.
Yeah, you straight up said,
hey,
we can do this the
hey.
easy way, or I can have my Wookiee friend make
Jed said, I'm going to have the Wookiee beat you with your own arms. Homie.
Lego style, full
Homie.
Lego figure style.
Mm-hmm.
In my head, I was like, small town. He ain't got no guards inside with him. This threat is probably just gonna have to. He gonna have to live with this.
Yeah.
Wait till we get outside.
Yeah. It is what it is. It's what it is. We go in.
Wait till
We do what we gotta do.
outside. Catch me outside. How about that?
How about that?
I needed the bluff to
something
see. I needed the
Nerd.
bluff to see how bad. Like he lying. Like we all know he lying. We all know they lying. I need to bluff and see what he was gonna do. What's the extent of your What's the extent of your
It's
force
not-
here?
It's not that they are maliciously lying to you.
No, I
It's
know,
that
I
the
know.
accepted town line is that it's abandoned. All right, we don't
Exactly.
go over there. It's
We
the
don't talk about
abandoned
Bruno.
house
I get it, but I need to
Yeah.
know how far they would go.
It's Elm Street.
How far he
It's
would
Elm
go.
Street. And everybody said, we don't go in that house. Yeah, we good.
Mhm.
Oh, you want to buy it? Oh, yeah, no, I'll sell it to you.
Exactly. Everybody wants to sell it to me, but don't nobody own it. It's some bullshit.
sell it to
Yeah,
you.
I'll sell it to you. Oh, okay. How? Let me see the deed. Like, come on.
All right, fellas. I had a blast.
Yeah,
Thank you for
GGs. No
Wait,
telling.
trying
One
to-
small thing before you leave.
Uh-huh.
What do I do with my at will thing? Because I don't think I selected anything. I don't think I can.
Well,
even,
go
like,
back-
do
Go back and look at your character. We can hop on sometime between now and then and try to look at your character abilities and figure out what your at will stuff is supposed to be.
Mhm.
Unless you want to look at it and figure it out yourself. But you should have. I feel like what's your character class again?
I'm a sentinel. I should have at least a minimum of.
Hold on. Character classes. Sentinel. force.
Yeah, because I
rules.
can have 7 force powers. No.
Yeah, so that just means whether or not you picked any at will. That's the thing. You have 7 force powers known. If you pick 7 force powers and none of them are at will, then you have no at will abilities. It's not like D&D where it forces you to choose, where it says you have to have 5 cantrips and 2 first level spells. It just says your max power level is first, you have 3 force points, and you know 7. So if the 7 you chose and none of them are at will, you kind of did yourself dirty. But you can modify it. You haven't actually made any attacks or done anything besides move and jump. So if you want to change what your 7 force powers are to give yourself some at will, that's fine. Because you do only have 3 force points. So with no at will spells, you basically be able to
I
cast
have
3
4.
times.
Yeah.
How do you have
I
4?
have 4
I'm
total
seeing
because
3.
of my charisma. Yeah, because yeah. I have
Okay.
initial 3 plus 1 wisdom, I think. It's either wisdom
Okay.
or charisma, one of the two. Wisdom.
All right.
Plus
But
1
that's
wisdom.
still, that means you would only be able to cast 4 times a day. So if you want to change
Yeah,
to give
exactly.
yourself some at will spells, then yeah, you could do that.
Okay, yeah, wonderful.
But yeah, it seems like you just accidentally did not pick anything with at
So I was
will.
about to say that's what it sounds like, because we all definitely, everyone who, hell, this whole, except Breach is force sensitive, so. and if
Yeah,
cold
Breach is the
if,
only
and if
non-force
cold
sensitive.
ever gets here, ever shows up to when,
Bro,
ain't no telling
that
when the
is a
next, ain't no telling when the next
That
one's
is
gonna
a
be.
problem that you do not understand. That is gonna be a problem later
I don't know
on.
what he's doing. I hope he's okay, but he missed out. So we'll have to catch him up and see if he can actually get into the story with where we are.
I can make it work. I'll make it work. You know?
Yeah. All right, well, GG's everybody. That was fun.
Yeah,
Trying to figure this
it was
out.
fun.
I feel like having gotten to the first battle will it'll move a lot smoother moving forward, hopefully. But I guess we'll find out. Let's see.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, we'll have to head out. It was
Alright,
a
y'all.
lovely
Nice.
time.
Later.
Yeah, I'll catch you later. Yeah, later.
And as far as stream is concerned, thank you everyone for hanging out. Whoever's here, I appreciate you. Trying to figure out D&D and see what what's going on here. It's fun. I mean, I've never played D&D or never wanted to, but Jay Sonia here, he mentioned that he had a Star Wars theme, and I was like, let's do it. So I have no idea when the next one will be. We have to see if we can get everybody together. But hopefully it'll be soon, because I would like to continue this seriously. Even if it's offline and I just have to record it, maybe we'll have to do it that way. That way it might have to be a different time of day. Until the next time, this is the way. Peace.